All right, so for anybody wondering why we do, I'm going to go grab my food.
Oh yeah, wow, that's very cool. Oh yeah, wow, that's very cool. Oh yeah, wow, that's very cool.
Time to come.
Oh yeah, wow, that's very cool.
I'm gonna come.
Oh yeah, wow, that's very cool.
TP Foo Fun.
All right. I am back. Ladies and gentlemen, good to be back. The reason that I split the stream is because we have to delete the VOD when we watch movies. And if I do a sponsor, I can't do that. So I had to end stream and start stream. And for those of you still here, we're going to do a movie night. I'm eating my state-sponsored dinner.
Oh yeah, wow, that's very cool.
Yes.
Well, I'm doing a review for the movie version of 1984. Have you watched it? I need something smart to say.
Oh yeah, wow, that's very cool.
Saw Mitski live last night. It was the greatest thing I've ever experienced. I love film night.
Oh, awesome. 1984, like the Orwell film. I really don't have that much intelligent to say there. I'm sorry. I wish I did off the top of my head. Maybe chat can help you out. Okay. Farley's cute.
Oh, yeah,
Farley
wow,
is
that's
cute.
very cool.
Yay, movie night.
We've been having a good time tonight. Farley and I. Well, you're looking hot as fuck. I don't know about that, but I'll take it. Okay. Ugh. I'm sorry, guys. With this diet, when I'm hungry, I'm so hungry. Like, I get my scheduled meals,
yeah, wow,
and when I
that's
get to
very
eat them,
cool.
I'm so
Don't talk.
hungry. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight is a special film night. Very requested movie. As you know, Joker is coming out, and it's very low reviewed. But I talk about how the first Joker movie was based on a movie named The King of Comedy. We're going to watch that movie. It's a Scorsese film. It's a De Niro film. It's a most unusual film. It's a really good film. But before we do that, we have a really awesome intro that I would love Haas to play so that I can eat some of my dinner. And then we will get into another amazing film night. Thank you so much all for joining me.
Best community on earth. Neff
Really
Neff
proud
with
of
Jack
you all
Holland
for sticking
25
around for
months.
the ad. And away we go.
Let's go film night hype.
Isn't it beautiful, chap? Life is not a movie. It's not scripted, edited, or packaged for the screen. We are more than moments. We see in motion pictures. Our existence is raw, unscripted, and beautifully unpredictable. Every breath, every heartbeat is a story untold, and a story that goes beyond any frame. But in those frames, in those fleeting moments on the screen, we find our greatest escape. Movies let us step outside of life, if only for a moment, to dream, to feel, and to live someone else's story. And sometimes, that's exactly what we need. Welcome to Neff's Movie Eyes.
Tonight's film is The King of Comedy. This is a De Niro Scorsese film that I think is probably the least known of their collaborative efforts, but it is still a fantastic film. If you are a fan of Scorsese, De Niro, any of those projects, Taxi Driver, Goodfellas, you know, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, you'll probably like this movie. It's a most unusual film. This film is the inspiration for Joker, among some other projects. Anyway, that's what we're watching tonight. Now, for any of you asking, we're going to watch this movie by using YouTube Free Movies. What is YouTube Free Movies? YouTube Free Movies is a service that basically buys out the rights to films and allows you to watch them for free on YouTube. Now, to protect ourselves and not break the law and stay in a legal gray space, there will be no VOD of this stream. And I will also delete the audio. So essentially, we are utilizing this in a very legal gray space to make it work. For anybody who's worried about, you know, the piracy element, and there's always some. Anyway, for those of you who haven't been before, you'll watch the movie, and then we will do a Q&A about the film, which is the class portion of the film class. And I really try and put some thought into the second section to add as much transformative value as possible and to enrich you guys. I think Sears home. And so if you want to stick around for that, that's great. You don't have to. But yeah, those are the rules. Now, when we are watching the movie, I will turn off chat. I will turn off alerts, and I will turn off bit notifications to preserve the integrity of the film. But I will not be turning off built-in ads because I don't want to lose my ad incentive. So I'm about to show 3-minute rule video. If you don't have an ad blocker right now, you have 3 minutes to download one, so you don't have to watch those ads. If you've seen this video before, please use these 3 minutes to go get a snack, get comfortable, etc., etc., etc.
Oh yeah, wow, that's very cool.
If you haven't seen these, you can watch these. They're kind of fun. They're informative. But at the end of these 3 minutes, we will start the King of Comedy, and it will not really be paused extensively until the end of the movie. So do whatever you need to be ready for a film. With that being said, here are the rules. And afterward, the classic King of Comedy with De Niro playing an amazingly crazy late night host.
It's a groovy time for a movie time. So don't be a jerk and don't be a fool. Be a good neighbor and follow these rules.
Oh yeah, wow, that's very cool. Oh yeah, wow, that's very
What
cool.
are these rules? Remember to keep your shoes on at all times. Don't pull your penis out unless you really need to. Indecent exposure is a class 2 felony.
Yes! All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. Thank you, Foil. Thank you for the bits. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for the hype train. But now, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for movie night. So, with that being said, let me pull this up. Go over to our React screen. And now we, hold on. Turn that off. And then we turn this on. Perfect. Turn that up. Chat disappears. Hi, Murphy. How you doing? And then we turn alerts off and bits off. And then we take my camera and minimize it. And ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for the King of Comedy. Thank you for joining me for movie night. I'm sorry that I am a little sluggish, a little tired tonight, but honestly, the workload lately has been crazy. I stayed up till 1 making content last night, and then I had pole dancing today, and it's just been a real sprint, but I really try every night to get to this computer and at least give you some semblance of a stream, despite how much I'm working outside of my own stream. And know that I appreciate you, and I wasn't going to miss film night. And tomorrow, because we missed it on Monday, we're going to do all the news that's fit to print. So I appreciate you guys. I hope you enjoy this film. I really like it a lot. Get cozy and enjoy this Scorsese classic with me. How's the volume, guys? Good?
And now, from New York, the Jerry Langford Show, with Jerry's guests, Tony Randall, Richard Dreyfuss, Rodney Dangerfield, Dr. Joyce Brothers, Lil Brown on the orchestra, and little old me, Ed Hurley. And now, say hello to Jerry!
One's in chat. The volume's good.
Thank you very much. A pleasant good evening to you. You look like a great audience. Louis, how are you?
Maybe a little
Brown,
louder.
Ladies and
Okay,
gentlemen,
hold on.
and the marvelous Langford Orchestra.
Group.
And Ed, how
Should
are you
be good.
tonight?
Very well, Jerry.
Wonderful. I'm sorry I woke you. I shall adhere to your request, sir. You got it.
Okay, you want Jerry's autograph? Give me the book. Give me the book.
Have her write something personal.
Okay, Jerry's autograph.
Have her write something personal. Give you me a styrofoam because it's just on the card. I'm not gonna give you anything else. I just don't feel like wasting my time going there by myself to get it.
Is that a Johnny Carson reference?
Hello, Rupert.
Well,
Hey, Rupert, who'd
it's
you
not
get?
just a reference. It's the
I got
entire
Rodney Dangerfield,
focus of
Richard
this
Harris,
film,
I'm trading
basically.
for Barbara.
Look, just wasting your time. He thinks so.
Alan Alda, Robin Williams. I give you all you want. Cindy, I'm really not that interested.
Thank you for the bits, guys.
What's that supposed to mean? That's my
Shayman and Sorrel, I appreciate you.
That's right. That's yours, but not mine.
Wardle, thank you.
Will you stop shoving, please? Will you stop pushing?
I'm gonna love you.
You guys see the
like
Joker
no one's
inspiration
loved
yet?
you. Come rain or come shine. High as a mountain, deep as a river. Come rain or come shine.
Do you have a
I
least favorite
guess
Scorsese
when
film?
you
Yeah,
met me,
Killers of the Flower Moon.
it was just one of those things. But don't ever bet me, 'cause I'm gone. gonna love me like nobody's loved me. Come rain or come shine.
Do you think it was bad, though? No, I didn't think it was bad. I mean, it's a film class. It's my prerogative to pause the movie. I didn't think it was bad. I just thought it was tough to watch. And Scorsese made some interesting decisions in that film that I don't know if I necessarily agree with. Like, you can like Killers of the Flower Moon, ultimately, because I think Scorsese is a master and he doesn't make bad films. But when I compare that movie to his other films, it's not great. I think Scorsese tried to do something noble by shifting the perspective to that of a white man, in that he wanted to not try and speak for people that he did not have the ability to share the perspective of. But by doing so, you get the focus of the film through very bad characters that the film knows that they're bad, but by doing that, he kind of almost like makes the Native Americans in the film look so inept that they're almost infantilized. And I don't think that was his goal. And ultimately, when you don't achieve your goal in a film, that's a failure. And I think ultimately Scorsese, what he was trying to do with his depiction of Native Americans, he failed. And that is not typical for him. But he's an older filmmaker and he's trying to do something very different with Killers of a Flower Moon. So I really appreciate that he took a big swing, but ultimately, as compared to his other masterworks, it's just not as well realized. That's all.
Happy together, unhappy together, and wouldn't it be fine? Days may be cloudy or sunny.
And ultimately, you know who agrees with me? The Osage Indians that the film was made about. So, I don't know. For me, it's a tough one to be like, yeah, he really nailed this, when the people he made the film about are like, we don't like your movie.
Are we out of the money? Yeah, I'm with you always. I'm with you, Ray. What's
Damn, I can't believe I missed the film. No, it's just starting. I am a Native American. I think you said it classier than I would have. Yeah, I can immediately understand the frustration that Native people felt when so many of the Native characters that he was trying so hard to uplift felt like NPCs in that movie. I was like, dude, Scorsese, you're making these people literally look and feel like NPCs. Why are you doing this? How is no one perceiving the danger? Like, just make them react, man. Make them react. It was frustrating. It was kind of like watching a very serious man where like just horrible things kept happening to these characters you just wanted to see like succeed. And it was a tough watch.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to disturb you.
They couldn't react. They made them slaves, basically. That was a large part of the movie. Yeah, but they also made the main female protagonist completely oblivious to the fact that everyone in her life is completely taking advantage of her, which I don't think is actually the reality of that situation, as it is a true story. But whatever. Everybody can have their own opinion on a film. It's my least favorite Scorsese film. It's not even a bad film. Just compared to like Taxi Driver and Goodfellas, it's just not as good a movie. Like, I don't know many people that would actually argue it if they stopped to think about it.
Take up any of your time. I just want to talk to you for a minute. I just need your advice.
Hey, this is not the time.
If we could just drive away, you could drop me off anywhere. If I could just talk to you, I would drive. I'm
Drive
serious.
away? No, I have a very strict rule about people getting in the car.
I hate to bring this up, Mr. Langford. I don't mean to be rude, but I did put myself on the line for you.
Go ahead, Harvey. Hit it.
There. Thanks. Is that your initials?
Yeah.
I just want to tell you, Jerry, my name is Rupert Pupkin, and I know the name doesn't mean very much to you, but it means an awful lot to me.
Calm down.
Calm down.
Take your
I'm a little nervous. You might have wondered who I am. I've been outside your show many, many times, and, well, you know, I'm in communications right now, but by nature, and this is the point I'm trying to make, by nature, I'm a comedian, you know? No, I know what you're going to say. I don't know another one. But believe me, Jerry, I'm very good. I'm really good. I'm dynamite. And I wouldn't go through this. I wouldn't take 1 minute of your time if I wasn't absolutely convinced that I'm dynamite. So you're probably wondering now, yeah, if he's so good, then how come he hasn't caught my act somewhere, right? Well, that's a very good question, and I'm willing to answer it, and I'll tell you why. You know why? See, up to now, I've been biding my time slowly and carefully, so that when my big break finally came, you know, like the night you with Jack Parr, when Jack Parr got sick, your big break, that was the night that convinced me that I wanted to be a comedian. I walked out of that show like I was in a dream, you know, and then after that I started catching all your guest appearances on Sullivan. I studied everything that you ever did. I studied the way you built your one-liners, nice and relaxed, how you delivered the jokes without leaning too much on them, how you didn't say, hey, folks, here's the punchline, you know? You know, Jerry, you know what I'm talking about?
You don't say, folks, here's the punchline. You just do the punchline.
Exactly. That's what I loved about what you did. So what I'm trying to say is that, you see, now I'm ready. And I've finished the course. And I'm thinking as I'm sitting here now, well, maybe this is my big break. This is my big chance. You know what I mean? What do you think?
Look, what'd you say your name was?
Rupert. My name is Rupert Pupkin.
All right, look, pal. Gotta tell you, this is a crazy business, but it's not unlike any other business. There are ground rules. And you don't just walk onto a network show without experience. Now, I know it's an old hackneyed expression, but it happens to be the truth. You've got to start at the bottom.
I know, that's where I am, at the bottom.
That's a perfect place to start.
I know that, but there's gotta be a...
But looks so simple to the viewer at home.
Yeah.
Those things that come so easily, that are so relaxed, and look like it's a matter of just taking another breath. It takes years and years and years of honing that and working it. And
there's only one problem, though, and I don't mean to interrupt you, but there's only one problem. I'm 34 years old. That's why I'm asking if you just listen to... I'm asking if you listen to my act, that's all. If you listen to my act and tell me what you think about it.
I'll tell you what. Why don't you call my office?
All right, okay.
All right?
I could do
You ask for Kathy Long.
Terrific.
She's my secretary.
Okay.
Do you like Cape Fear? I think it's okay.
You know how many times I had this conversation in my head? This is beautiful.
Did it always turn out this way?
Yeah, it did.
I really believe this. I think once you get over the initial shyness, you're going to be okay.
Yeah?
Yeah. Hope it works out for you.
Thanks, Jerry. Thanks a lot. It's a pleasure meeting you, Jerry. Jerry, I'm a little short on cash, but if you don't mind just appetizers, I'd love to take you to dinner sometime.
Well, I got some people waiting for me. I really don't know what my schedule is.
Okay.
Maybe we can.
Okay. Thanks, Jerry. Thanks. Jerry, let me show you a picture of my pride and joy.
That's good.
It's good, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
It's good. Hey, Jerry, take it. Take it. Go ahead, take it. Consider it a gift. It'll work for you.
I will.
Not that you need the help. Jerry, seriously, you ever want lunch? My treat.
Call my office.
Okay. Jerry, you're a prince.
Hey, Roop, before I forget, I really appreciate you meeting me for lunch. I know how busy you are and how tired you are.
People who have seen Joker,
What are
can
friends
you
for,
see
Jerry?
how fucking influenced that movie was by this already? The
Talking about
built-in
schedule, you're the one
dream
who looks tired.
sequences.
Yeah, I know. It's the show. The pressure, the ratings, same guests, same questions. Just not enjoying it anymore.
That's the worst.
Listen, I really wish you would think about it again, okay?
You're starting again. You're starting up again.
Hey, it's not that big a deal to think. I'm asking you to just think.
I'm thinking. You're always telling me to think. That's all I do is think day and night about it. How can I not think about it? I mean, I've been sitting here at lunch with you, which I knew was the reason you invited me in the first place, and all I'm sitting here and eating for is to get guilty with you, right?
I'm asking you to take over the show for 6 weeks. I mean, what's 6 weeks?
I'll give you anything, but don't ask me to do 6 weeks. I can't take over the show for 6 weeks. I can't even take over my own life for 6 weeks. And you're asking me to do something that's impossible. It's impossible. Don't you understand? What?
What are you doing down there so late?
It's impossible. I'm trying to tell you that. What do you want? You want the tears to come out of my eyes?
There's gotta be a way you can work it out. It's just 6 weeks.
Excuse me, Mr. Pumpkin, do you think you could...
Yeah. Sure. What's your name, dear?
Dolores.
Dolores.
Yeah.
That was my father's name. To Dolores, who sensed greatness. There you go, sweetheart.
Thanks, Mr. Pumpkin.
Don't mention it.
Rupert! Rupert, who are you talking to?
Mom!
What is it?
Please stop calling me. It's terrific. It's great. There's only one problem, though. He made you bigger.
Will you give me an answer?
All right, you got the 6 weeks. I'll give you the 6 weeks. Don't bother me. I'll give you the 6 weeks. What can I say? You happy now?
You're a tough man, Roop.
Well, you gotta be in this business.
Somewhat. I see it. So one thing, it's a film class. I'm going to pause. One thing I love in this movie, and it's something that gives this film so much polish, is De Niro's ability to play two versions of the same character, right? There is like the fantasy version of Pupnik and the reality version. And the fantasy version is like so composed and dapper and smooth. And then the reality version is like so bruxum and grating. And even his laugh, the difference between like the ha 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 and the ha 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 is just such like a beautiful touch. But that takes a really talented actor to have two versions of the same character, one that you fall in love with and the other one that you're just like, this guy has no ability to read social cues.
Hello.
Hello, it's Marsha, Jerry. Did you get my note?
Who's this?
It's Marsha. Did you get the note? I left it on the back seat. I dropped it there before they dragged me out of the car. You know, those guys really hurt me, Jerry. I think I was a bit much. I really do.
How did you get this number?
Don't be angry with me, Jerry.
I said, how did you get this
I
number?
didn't know what else to do. I've been trying to call you.
How have you been, Rita?
Do I know you?
I think you might.
Rupert. Rupert Pupkin, right?
Right. I brought you a little present.
Oh, yeah, I remember. Mr. Romance.
Put an aspirin in that, it'll last longer.
So what are you up to these days?
You're looking as beautiful as ever, Rita.
Well, here I am, local cheerleader makes good.
You know, it's funny, but I voted for you most beautiful.
Oh, did you?
Yes.
Oh, sweet.
And I didn't have the nerve to tell you then, but I guess now it's okay.
Yeah, now you can tell me it's okay. We're both adults.
Is that funny, though? You know, when you're younger, you're afraid to say those things, but when you get older, 15, 20 years later, you can say all those things that you should have said 15, 20 years ago. Isn't that the final irony of life? Isn't it?
I guess.
Are you happy in this place, Rita?
Why, you got something better?
Maybe.
Oh, really? Like what?
Well, what are you doing tonight?
What am I doing tonight?
Yeah. What's so funny?
It only took you 15 years to ask me for a date. Don't you think it's a little late?
Really? Well.
Waiter, can I have a fresh one?
Rita, who is your favorite movie star?
What is this, some kind of a game? No. Huh? You gonna tell me something about my character, my future, what?
Well, you'll see. Tell me. Everybody has a favorite movie star.
Well, I better come up with somebody or we'll never get out of here, right?
That's a little test.
Let's see. Marilyn Monroe.
Perfect.
Talent register, huh? That's her name.
She signed this when she was in New York doing her last publicity tour for the Misfits. That was her last movie, you know.
Yeah.
She wasn't a great actress, but she did have a real gift for comedy. You know, she died tragically alone, like many of the world's most beautiful women. I don't want to see that happening to you.
Who's this?
Burt Reynolds.
Yes.
Mel Brooks. He's what you call on funny. Others are just regular. Oh, that's Sid Caesar. He's remarkable. I really like him. He's great. Woody Allen. He's a very nice guy. He's a personal friend of mine.
Of course he is.
No, he is. Oh, that's Ernie Kovacs. He was wonderful. He was a great comedian, a great innovator. That was a great, great loss.
Well, I bet some of these are worth money.
Oh, yeah. Especially this one. Just hold it.
What's this?
Well, just take a guess.
God, looks like a retard wrote this.
The more scribbled the name, the bigger the fame.
That may be true, Rupert, but who is it?
R is the first letter.
Come on, Rupert, who is it? I'm tired.
Well, I'll give you a little hint.
Robert Redford.
No. No. That's Rupert Pupkin. Rupert Pupkin. I surprised you, didn't I? Take this as a gift. Take good care of that. In a few weeks, everyone is going to want one.
Rupert, you have not changed.
Just a couple of hours ago, do you know who I was talking to? Guess.
Your shrink?
That's very funny. No, Jerry Langford. That's right, the Jerry Langford.
Your
He gave me the
shrink.
go-ahead, Rita. Would you believe it? And you know what? Don't tell anyone yet, but you're looking at the new king of comedy. Why not me? Why not? A guy can get anything he wants as long as he pays the price. What's so funny about that? I mean, crazier things have happened. You don't understand what a shot on Langford means. That's coast-to-coast national TV, a bigger audience than the greatest comedians used to play to in a whole lifetime. A shot at a free ticket on the comedy circuit, a comedy show of my own, the Rupert Pupkin Show, everything. And all that leads in one direction, Rita. Hollywood. A beach house in Malibu, right on the ocean, and we'll keep a suite at the Sherry. Everybody stays there when they make it big. Way up top so we can look down at everybody and yell, hey, tough luck, suckers, and better luck next time. Come on, what do you say?
It sounds wonderful, Rupert, and I wish you the best of luck, you know, but it's getting late and I'm a working girl. I gotta go home.
I don't get you. Here I am offering you a way out. Rita, every king needs a queen. I want you to be mine.
This is a nice street, nice building.
Thanks for your jacket, Rupert.
Oh.
Well, I guess you're entitled to come up and have some coffee.
Oh, no, I wouldn't want to impose, really. I know I can be...
What do you want, Rupert?
What?
What do you want?
What do I want? Rita, you still don't understand? I love you. I want to help change your life. If you just give me a chance. What if I set something up between me, you, and Jerry? What if we went out to dinner one night? What do you think? You know what? You know what's even better? We'll go to his summer house for a weekend.
He wouldn't want to meet me.
That's not true. Jerry is a very nice guy.
Oh, God.
He's a very, very nice guy, and we had a terrific meeting. And you shouldn't sell yourself short. You have too little faith, and you're a wonderful person. Why don't you go to sleep and get a good night's rest? Okay? Good night. Go to sleep right away. Tell you, boy. Hi, Eliza. Good seeing you. Gerald, good seeing you. Jerry, don't get up. Ah, boy, I'll tell you. Every time you come back from a tour, I don't know what it is, but there must be something in the air or the tour. It really becomes you. It's like you become rejuvenated. I don't know what it is. Isn't that so, everybody? Isn't that so? Hey, that's the truth. I'll tell you, it's amazing. It's amazing. You look wonderful. And yeah, I know. You look wonderful too, Jerry. I wasn't leaving you out. Right? Yeah. Oh, Jerry, I love this guy. Always coming up with these great lines. I love him. I love him. He's wonderful. You're wonderful. I tell you, I don't know what I'd do without you.
Rupert,
Anyway.
the bus is here. It's early. Try to be on time for once.
I can't believe this. I gotta go now. Yeah, I gotta catch a bus. Jerry, take care of yourself. Baby, be good. Good luck in Rio.
Good morning, Rupert.
Good morning.
How are you?
This is for you.
Work.
What time is it?
It's 10 o'clock.
Is it 10 o'clock? Could I use the phone for 1 second?
Is it local?
Yeah, it's local.
Sure.
Okay.
Just dial 9 first and make it short.
Hello. Jerry Langford, please. Rupert Pupkin. Thank you. Yes, is Jerry there, please? Rupert Pupkin. Yes. Well, just tell him it's Rupert calling and he'll know what it's about. Thank you. Oh. Oh, he is? Well, that's okay. I'm in a meeting myself. Just tell him I called, okay? Thank you very much. And I'll call later. Thank you. Bye.
Is that the Jerry Langford?
I'll see you, Rupert.
Sure.
Ha!
Such a
Hello. Jerry Langford, please. Rupert Pupkin. Yes, Rupert Pupkin calling. Jerry Langford, please. Which, the first name or the second name? P-U-P-K-I-N. It's often mispronounced and misspelled, so that's why. Yes. Yes, Jerry knows I'm calling. He knows what it's about. Yes, sure. I see. Yes, you can call me. I'll be here for the next hour and a half. I'm at my office, and the number is JL54321.
Yo, what are we waiting for?
If you don't mind, I am waiting for a phone call. It'll only take a few minutes, but I have to wait for it.
Don't work. What?
The phone does not work. I cannot make a phone call. I am expecting a phone call.
Well, let me try it. I'll make a phone call. I'll show you how to make a phone call.
No, it doesn't work. I'm just...
Wait. Let me just slide in and make a call. Let me just make a call. Come on, what can we do?
It's important. Really.
Dude, this phone don't work. Come on.
Pay phones.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Jerry Langford, please.
Your name, please?
Pumpkin. Rupert Pumpkin.
Rupert.
Pumpkin, P-U-P-K-I-N. People often misspell it and mispronounce it.
There's a man here by the name of Rupert Pumpkin who wants to see Mr. Langford. I'm sorry, Mr. Pumpkin, but Mr. Langford's secretary has no record of your appointment.
Pardon me?
We have no record of your appointment.
Oh, well, technically speaking, I don't have an official appointment with Jerry, but he did ask me to call him personally, and I was in the neighborhood. I thought I'd just stop up. I was having trouble calling for some reason. The line seemed to be busy, and...
He has no appointment. Mr. Langford's secretary wants to know what this is in reference to.
Oh, sure.
Mr. Gangany, go right.
Hello? Yes, Jerry and I discussed my being on the show last night. He told me to call. Yes. No, sure. I'm supposed to wait. Is that cork?
I don't know what it is. Is it dripping on you?
No, I was looking at the patterns. You know, cork is good for sound.
Well,
it's very quiet in here.
Reception. No, you got an hour or so before they come in. Yeah. No, he hasn't come back from the meeting yet.
Mr. Pipkin?
Pumpkin.
Oh, sorry. I'm Kathy Long. Can I help you?
Hello. You are?
I'm Bert Thomas's assistant. He's our executive producer.
Oh, I'm sorry. You see, I've already spoken to Jerry directly about my being on the show, and he told me to get in touch with him personally. I'm here to follow up on that.
You are. What is it exactly that you do?
I stand-up comic.
Oh, where are you working now?
Well, right now I'm just working on new material.
Well, I'll tell you what. As soon as you do start working again, why don't you give us a call and we'll send someone down to check out your act, all right? Thanks so much for stopping.
Jerry and I went over all this last night.
Does Jerry know your work?
Yes, I don't think he does.
You have a tape or something I could listen to?
A tape? Oh, naturally. Whatever you'd like.
Well, thank you. Why don't you drop me by
No
a
problem.
tape, all right?
I will. I
Thanks
could see
again
where
for
Jerry would
stopping
need
by.
that.
Yes.
Of course. Nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you, too.
Nice meeting you. This is really what's right. This is great. See you again. Nice talking to you.
Rupert! Hey, Rupert! Rupert, I gotta talk to you for a minute. Wait, what happened last night in the car? Did Jerry say anything?
Nothing
Did
happened.
he talk about me?
No, he didn't talk about you. He talked about me, as a matter of fact.
Well, he must have said something about me.
He didn't say anything about you. What's he going to say about you after what you did in the car last night? I couldn't believe it.
You must be really loving this, Rupert, huh?
You were schmucko supremo last night.
Hold on a minute. I'm the schmuck. Me.
No,
You're wrong,
really
buddy.
crazy.
You're very wrong.
Yeah,
Because
but-
if I hadn't gotten in that car last night, you never even had the chance to talk to Jerry. Keep that in mind, okay?
What?
Yes.
Listen, I don't want to be cruel, but really, we're in front of Jerry's building. God forbid he should see me with you, because Jerry and I have a real relationship going. You know what I mean? No fantasy world. You know what I'm talking about? And after what you did last night, I don't even want to see you anymore. You hear? I don't want to see you.
Fine,
Bye, I
that's
gotta
the
go.
way you want it?
Yes, that's what I want.
Wait right here.
I'm sorry. I'm not
Just
giving
get it to him.
I'm not giving him anything. Oh, no way. No way, Jose. You're the one who's so friendly. You give it to him.
Well, right now we're having kind of a communication problem,
Oh, is that
and
what
I
you call
need you
it?
to get this.
Is that what you call it? You're always bragging about how you broke bread with Jerry. Well, go ahead, give it to me. You know him so well.
Just do this for me, Rupert. What about the time I've done things for you?
What have you done for me? You haven't done anything for me. What are you talking about?
How about Howard Johnson's? I brought you food. I brought you coffee night after night. How about that, huh?
I think you got your mind screwed up because you didn't get me anything. I bought my
You
own
never
coffee.
bought
I bought my
anything.
own
You
coffee.
never bought
But what about
anything.
things that I did for you that no money can buy? No money can buy. What about the time I gave you my spot? You came over there, I gave you my spot. You stood there and I let you get right next to Jerry. I waited for 8 hours for him and you went right next to him. You were crying to me because you wanted to get next to Jerry and you got next to him. And what about the time I gave you my last album of the best of Jerry? What about that? It wasn't anybody else, it was me, and I didn't even ask you for money and I can't even pay my rent. What are you talking about? I live in a hovel and you live in a townhouse. I can't believe this girl.
Okay, Rupert, you want to do that? Here, I got money for you. I got plenty of money because I can't believe how long I've hung out with you and been your friend and listened to your tired, stale, boring jokes. Money, here's $900.
You be quiet, you're yelling in the street.
No,
You're like...
so take this and give it to Jerry, all right?
All right, this is the last time. This is the last time. Last time,
When
I'm
are you gonna
telling
get it to him?
Because you're a wacko, I'm telling you, you're a wacko.
Yeah, okay, you better make sure because I'll know if you don't. I know where you are. I know where Jerry is. I cover the waterfront. Remember that. What are you looking at? Beat it! You scum, you're street trash.
First of all, Miss Long, thank you very much for your help at the office and for passing this on to Jerry. I appreciate it more than you know. Now, Jerry, before I begin, I just want to thank you for
Thanks,
listening
Speed
to this
Racer.
material and for the opportunity you've given me. You know, lots of people think that guys like you, people who've made it, lose their feeling for struggling young talents such as myself. But now I know from experience that those people are just cynics embittered by their own failure. I know, Jerry, that you are as human as the rest of us, if not more so. Oh, well, I guess there's no point going on about it. You know how I feel. So let's get on with the show, The Best of Rupert Pupkin. Jerry, I've sketched out this little outline in order to save you a little bit of time, okay? It's a little introduction. So close your eyes and imagine it's exactly 6 o'clock. You're standing in the wings, and we hear Lou Brown and the orchestra strike up your theme song.
And now, from New York, it's the Jerry Langford Show with Jerry's guests, Richard Pryor, Ben Gazzara, Elizabeth Ashley, Carol Burnett,
And the comedy find of the year, making his television debut, Rupert Pupkin, the new king of comedy.
Rupert! Are
Hello.
you crazy?
Say
What's
hello
the matter
to
with you?
Jerry.
Ah,
People
Mom.
are sleeping. Lower it.
Oh.
What's the matter with you?
Mom!
Take it easy. Lower it.
I'm not gonna lower it. I have to do this now.
I don't mind you playing it, but lower it.
Now, you come on, Jerry, and you do your monologue, and then when the time comes, this is how I see you introducing me. You could say something like this. Will you please give your warmest welcome to the newest king of comedy, Rupert Pupkin. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Rupert Pupkin. I was born in Clifton, New Jersey, which was not at that time a federal offense. Is there anyone here from But the fact is, the road is allowed to be walked too. Because once you fall below a certain level,
Pumpkin.
Pumpkin.
You'll get it right
I
one of
will.
these days.
Looking forward to it. How are you? I'll bet you have a tape for me.
Right here.
Okay. Got your name on it? All right, we'll listen to it and get it back to you just as soon as we can.
Thank you very much. When Jerry finds a moment, good. Thank you. When will that be?
Actually, you can try me tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
Tomorrow, we might know something by then. Otherwise, Monday.
Monday? Well, Miss Long, you know, I think what I might do is just wait here a while. Maybe Jerry will find a minute.
Mr. Pupkin, you're really just wasting your time. We're not going to know anything until tomorrow at the earliest.
That's
Jeff
really
D,
all right.
thank
I
you
don't
so
mind. I'm not wasting my time. I'm glad to do it. It's important to me, so I really don't mind.
It'll probably be Monday.
Monday?
Monday.
Well, I'll still wait. Really, I don't mind. It's okay.
Tell you what. Why don't you try me tomorrow afternoon for sure?
Tomorrow?
Mm-hmm.
What time tomorrow?
4:30.
4:30. I'll be here. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And thank Jerry.
I will.
Okay. Goodbye. Goodbye.
At least once in his life, every man is a genius. And I'll tell you something, Rupe, it's going to be more than once in your life for you. It's going to be a number of times because you've got it. From what I've heard here, yeah, you've got it. And you're stuck with it. And I don't care if you wanted to get rid of it. You couldn't. It's always going to be there. Now, I know there's no formula for it. I just don't know how you do it. And I'm not curious, mind you, because I want to use the material. I want you to understand that. I'm just curious because I don't know how you do it. I really have to ask you that. How do you do it?
I think it's that I look at my whole life and I see the awful, terrible things in my life and turn it into something funny. It just happens. But what about the first few one-liners? Were they strong enough? I was a little...
Strong enough?
No.
If they were any stronger, you'd hurt yourself. They're marvelous, you daffy bastard. Leave them alone. They're beautiful. I remember a man said, listen to me. A man said something very profound some years ago, which I later originated. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Now, you want to know how I know it's so good?
Yes.
Because I envy you. I hate you, but I envy you because it's purity, it's marvelous, it's humor based on you. No one else could do it but you. I wouldn't lie. I wouldn't lie to you, Roop. Now, look, this weekend would be a perfect time for you to come out to the house, if you care to, and we can hash it around. Only because I really want to know how you do it. Now, there'll be some people there, but we can still work. What do you say?
It sounds great.
Terrific.
I would really like to come.
Wonderful.
Could I bring somebody?
A young lady?
A very special young lady.
Of course. I'd like to meet her.
Hey, Jerry! How you doing?
How are you?
You're looking good.
You should see me in my white taffeta.
You're doing some great shows, Jerry.
Thanks a lot. Oh, you're...
How about
The
putting me on your
lining in
show?
that coat
yeah,
is so
I could have used you
cool.
last night.
Hi, Gary. How are you? Hi there.
Morris, you will not believe who's coming down the hill. Jerry Langford, right?
Right.
Oh, Morris, please hold on. Jerry, would you please sign my autograph? Sign that magazine for me?
Yeah.
You're just wonderful. I've watched you your entire career. A joy to the world. Please, Morris, would you just please say something to my nephew Morris on the phone? He's in the hospital.
I'm
and
sorry, I'm
anything
late.
that you should only get cancer. I hope you get cancer.
I can't, I'm late.
Believe that kind of a person.
Yes, sir. Oh, hi.
Hi, how are you?
Not bad.
Good, good. I'm fine.
Can I help you?
Yes, I'd like to see Jerry, please.
You are...
Pupkin? Rupert Pupkin?
Mr. Potkin is here. That's right. She'll be with you in a minute.
Who's that?
Miss Long.
Oh, well, I prefer to see Jerry.
Miss Long will take care of you.
Okay. I'll wait right here.
And as a surprise to Rupert for being on the show with us tonight, we would like to present to you someone in a form that we've never presented before. A mystery guest. Would you please welcome our mystery guest? Let's hear it.
Jerry, this is the mystery guest.
This is the mystery guest.
Let me see if I can place him. I think I know who you are.
Don't you remember me?
No, I don't.
I'm George Cap.
George Cap, my high school principal.
You guessed it.
Well, how are you?
I'm
You used
a
to
judge.
fail me all the time. What do you have him on the show for? He's an enemy.
Only because you deserved it.
Oh, thank you.
But I'm a justice of the peace now. I perform weddings.
Do you? Jerry. Jerry, what are you doing? I can't believe this.
Just believe it, because it's part of the surprise. How would you, ladies and gentlemen of the audience, like to see the king of comedy marry his queen right here on the show?
I can't believe it. I don't know what to say.
Dearly beloved, when Rupert here was a student at Clifton High School, none of us, myself, his teachers, his classmates, dreamt that he would amount to a hill of beans. But we were wrong. And you, Rupert, you were right. And that's why tonight, before the entire nation, we'd like to apologize to you personally and to beg your forgiveness for all the things we did to you. And we'd like to thank you personally, all of us, for the meaning you've given our lives. Please accept our warmest wishes, Rita and Rupert, for a long and successful reign together. We'll be back to marry them right after this word.
Mr. Pupkin.
How are you today?
I'm fine.
Good, good.
I want to thank you for your tape. We listened to it with great interest.
Oh, good,
As a
good,
matter of
good.
fact.
Good, I'm
And
glad.
frankly, we see a lot of good things in what you're doing.
Oh, good,
We
good,
think
good.
you have a good potential.
Good,
Very
good,
good potential.
Good, good.
Which is why I'm going to be absolutely honest
Well,
with you.
that's the way you should be. Absolutely honest.
We just don't think you're ready yet.
Don't think I'm ready.
We just don't feel that right now you're right for Jerry.
Right for Jerry. Mm-hmm.
Some of the material, some of it is good.
Yes.
But some of it, some of the one-liners, for instance, are not very strong.
They're not very strong. In other words, you didn't like some of the jokes. Is that it?
That's right.
Good, good. I can take care of that right away. Just tell me the ones you don't like, and no problem. Actually, that's a great help. This is great.
Now, we think you have a good potential.
Uh-huh.
Your timing, by the way, is excellent.
Thank you.
But we feel you should keep developing your act. You ought to test it in a few live situations. I think that'd be very good for you. Now, there are a number of clubs in the city that you can try. When you start working in one of those, you give us a call. We'll send someone down to check you out. That's a promise. Okay?
Thanks.
You're welcome. Bye-bye now.
Thank you. Miss Long, may I ask you a question?
Yes.
Are you speaking for Jerry?
Yes, I am.
You are.
I am, and he has complete faith in our judgment.
Well, I'm sorry to have to say this, Miss Long, and I certainly don't want you to take it personally, but I have to tell you I don't. I don't have faith in your judgment.
Well, I'm sorry that you feel that way. But I guess there's really nothing we can do about that, is there?
No, I'm afraid I'll have to disagree with you again, Miss Long.
Well, that's your privilege, Mr. Pumpkin. Now, would you excuse me, please? I have a great many things to do.
Miss Long, when will Jerry be back?
Mr. Langford won't be in until very late this afternoon. Mr. Pumpkin, we mean what we say when we thank you for stopping up. And we mean it when we tell you that you can call us when you start working, all right? Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Is there anyone else you'd like to see?
No, that's all right. I don't mind waiting. Which reminds me about the man who waited so long he forgot what he was waiting for.
Well, would you mind waiting outside, Mr. Pupnik? This is a reception area, not a waiting room.
I understand. Ask him to leave.
Yeah, but he won't go.
What's his name?
Rupert Pumpkin.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm Raymond Wirtz, in charge of security for the Langford organization. Why don't we go outside and talk? Is this your bag?
Yes.
Yeah, please.
Well, I'm waiting for Jerry. It's a personal
We'll talk
nature.
about that outside. Please, sir, take your...
I know he's expecting me.
Listen, we'll talk about that outside. Please take your bag. I'll explain
What's Farley
company
doing?
policy
Farley's
till you're
well.
underway, okay? Now, I'm pretty sure you understand that we have certain rules here that are essential to the smooth functioning of our operation, right? Good,
I could
good.
just say
Now,
that
just listen, please, okay? And that without these rules, we really wouldn't be able to function at our best. You follow my point?
I get the point, except...
Please, Mr. Puffer, please.
Oh, after you, then.
After you, sir, please.
If I could just say that Jerry
Just
is
listen to
expecting me. It's a
I
personal
checked with
nature.
Miss Long. You do not have an appointment. Now, company policy is that only authorized personnel and those persons with official business with our organization are permitted on our premises.
Yeah? In other words, you want me to leave the building?
Well, did you get it to him?
What?
Did you get my letter to him?
He's not in there. Okay?
Now that you're so in with him, you can't do me a little favor? Don't bother. Don't. Just give me the letter. I'll find somebody else to do it.
How could I give it to him if he wasn't there?
I saw him go in myself.
Who?
Jerry! He's up there right now. You want to see him?
Well, darling, that's impossible because they assured me that he was out. They told me already.
And you believe them. You're so naive. I would expect that from you. So inexperienced, and you're such a chump.
You went up there just now?
Of course. Go back up. Search yourself a little bit. He's up there right now.
Would you tell Jerry I'm here to see him, please?
I'm sorry, sir, he's not in.
I happen to know that he is. Would you
I'm
tell him
sorry,
I'm here, please?
he's not in.
Okay, you're putting your job on the line, lady. You hear me? Enough is
Security,
enough.
Pumpkin's back.
You too.
Pumpkin, what are you doing here? Mr. Pumpkin. Mr. Pumpkin. Shall I get security on the telephone?
There he goes. Hold on. Right. Grab his other arm. Hold on to him now. Right? All right. Right out the door. Let's go.
Oh, come on.
Hey, you wouldn't listen, huh? Jerry? Jerry? Nobody's gonna help you.
You're gonna have a lot of explaining to do, Mr. Wirtz.
You had your warning, Krupkin.
My lawyer will be calling you. Don't
Make
worry.
sure he gets my name right.
Yeah.
Say goodbye to our guest, Miss Long.
Wait till Jerry hears about this.
Don't worry, I will mention your name to Jerry, Papa. Listen good, because if we see your face again,
I understand.
we're gonna call the police.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Terrific.
Thank you.
I suppose that you got the letter to him right now.
No, I didn't, but I'll get it later, okay?
Oh, great. Yeah, you just got thrown out of the building. When are you going to get to the
I didn't get thrown out of the building. I didn't get.
What do you
Wait.
call
I didn't
that?
get thrown out of the building. Excuse me. I wasn't getting thrown out of the building then.
You're a constant embarrassment.
They walked me outside. Just a moment.
You can't
They
handle
walked
any.
me
You can't
outside.
handle the
And I'll
simplest
tell you
thing.
something
Go
else.
in and give him the letter.
I'll tell you something else. I'm going to Jerry's for the weekend. He invited me. That's how much you
Great.
know.
I'll go with you.
Do I look okay?
You look wonderful.
Does this look all right?
That I'm not sure about, but you look wonderful.
What do you mean?
No, you look wonderful.
What's wrong with it?
Well, nothing. It's just that I don't think you need it, that's all.
You don't think it looks nice on me?
No, it looks wonderful.
Hello?
Hello, you must be Jono.
Yes.
Yes, my name is Rupert Pumpkin, and this is Rita Keene. Would you let Jerry know that we're here, please?
Mr. Langford asked you to come?
Oh, no, we just thought we'd drop in uninvited for the weekend. Come on in. We'll be staying in separate rooms, and the blue bag is mine.
But Mr. Langford's not here.
Wait, where is he? Out playing golf?
Yes.
Yes, of course. I hope he's finally going to break 100.
100?
Yes, 100.
Perhaps better you come back.
Oh, no, that's all right. We'll just wait a minute.
But Mr. Langford's not here.
No, that's okay. No, we'll just wait. That's okay. We don't mind waiting. Is this lovely?
Table's only set for one.
How do you like it?
I could live here.
Mr. Langford, I'm sorry to disturb you, sir. What's wrong? Everything's wrong. There are a couple over here. His name is Pumpkin. Pumpkin, yes. Do you know the name Pumpkin?
Everybody gets his name wrong.
So didn't you tell him what time we'd be getting here?
Well, we didn't have time to iron out the details. We're the first guest, that's all.
Yeah, but that butler wasn't even expecting us.
Well, you know, Jerry does have more important things to think about than what he's going to tell his houseboy.
Oh, really? Well, excuse me.
He knows everything. He knew you're playing golf and everything. I don't know what he wants. He wants to spend a weekend over here. Yes. And you better come back. He's touching everything, you know. He's ruining the house. I'm getting a heart attack already.
And here's a famous one with the youngest clown in the world, Zippo, Clown for a Day. Jerry, remember this one with Ray Charles and Jerry's Special?
That's
There it is.
famous.
I know, there it is. And here's a famous one when he was a kid, 12 years old. Someone sent this in, you know, as a part of the show, I Knew You When section. Someone sent that in. I thought they were playing a joke. Actually, now Jerry shows it to everyone on the show.
If I should take a notion,
Let's get a little life into this place. It's like a funeral parlor.
jump off into the ocean.
You should really turn that off. You really shouldn't put that on. It's not polite.
How about a little spin, handsome?
Oh, we can't be dancing.
Come on, we're having a little fun. Never hurt anybody.
What if Jerry walks in?
He'll be happy to see us
What
having
if
a good
Jerry
time.
walks in? What if he walks in?
So you're his friend. He won't harm you.
If I do,
The rest of this place is like...
Well, I'm sure it's very nice. Oh, that I know, Rita. I wouldn't go up there. Rita, I don't think it's a good idea.
Rita, they're watching us. Rita, I don't think you have the right to go upstairs. Rita, please don't go up there. Rita.
You can open the goddamn door.
Mr. Langford.
Standing out there 8 minutes. What was with
Sorry,
the door? Jesus. Where are they?
I was going to call the police, but I wait for you.
Hi, Jerry.
Are you friend?
Hi, Jerry. How are you? We were just freshening up upstairs. Rita, I want you to meet the Jerry Langford. Jerry, I want you to meet the Rita King. Come on down. Don't be ashamed. Not a girl. Come on down. What's your pleasure, Jerry? It's kind of hot out there. I want to get something nice to drink. Jerry, what would you like? Jerry? Jerry? Excuse us for taking the liberty, so to speak, but you know, it's not every day that a girl like Rita meets a man like you. I mean, this is part of your success. What can you do? You have to live with it. How's your golf game? Was it good? Did you finally break 100?
Mr. Langford, I told them you were not here.
That's right, he did.
Yes, they did, Jerry. They were really very helpful. We took an earlier train because there wasn't anything else until after 1, so... Anyway, I brought the work. It's right here, all ready and set to go. So, where is everybody?
What everybody?
What everybody? Everybody. The guests, Jerry. I mean, to tell you the truth, we're getting a little hungry.
You know, I could have the both of you arrested.
You could have us arrested. Well, of course you could have us arrested. I mean, there's no way that we can prove that we belong here. He's great. When he comes up with an idea, he's terrific. Really, I never thought of that.
You should have.
You know what we can do? We set up a story where you invite all your friends out for the weekend and you throw them all in jail. That's terrific. That's terrific. What's the matter? Lighten up. Let's get to work on that after we work on this, of course.
How did you get here?
We walked in the door. What do you mean, how do we get here? Jerry, what's the matter with you?
How did you get here?
Look, I think you're upset. I'm gonna leave my material here. We'll talk later. You've got more important things to worry about. We'll just take a stroll around, wait till lunchtime.
Did anyone ever tell you you're a moron?
You know, Jerry, I want to tell you something. Ordinarily, I wouldn't allow anybody to speak that way about Rita. But since it's you, I know you're only kidding. He's a real character.
Rupert, he's saying he wants us to go.
No, he's not saying that. Jerry, tell her that. You're not saying that. He's not saying that at all.
Call the station, John.
Where are you going, Rita?
Yes, look, there'll be a cab here in 5 or 10 minutes. I'd appreciate it if you'd wait at the gate and use it.
Why, you going someplace?
No, you are.
Did I say something wrong, Jerry? Because if I did, could we chalk it up to an experience? Rita? I have my stuff right here. We could do it in about like a half an hour at the most, and then you'd have the rest of the afternoon to yourself.
I want you out of here. I want you out of here now. Is that plain enough?
I understand.
Is that clear?
Yeah, Jerry, I understand. Look, you're tired. That's okay. I'm gonna leave the stuff here, okay? Read it at your leisure and let me know what you think.
Rupert, don't be so dopey. Use your ears. A man is...
Did we F? I'll run it back. Sorry about that, guys.
The rest of the afternoon to yourself.
I want you out of here. I want you out of here now. Is that plain enough?
I understand.
Is that clear?
Yeah, Jerry, I understand. Look, you're tired. That's okay. I'm gonna leave the stuff here, okay? Read it at your leisure and let me know what you think.
Rupert, don't be so dopey. Use your ears. A man is telling us to go.
He is not telling us to go. Will you stop that?
Mr. Langford, I just want you to
Tell
know
her she's
that
wrong,
I
Jerry,
don't know
please.
anything about this.
Would you
I don't even know
tell her
this
she's
guy. I
wrong?
haven't
Listen,
seen him
tell
in
her she's
years.
wrong.
He told me you were friends.
Tell her
My
she's wrong.
mistake. I believe
Rita!
it, okay?
Rita!
I feel terrible about
Rita!
this. I'm so humiliated. If there's anything I can do to make this up to
Don't listen to her,
anything,
Jerry. She's a
please,
girl who
just
works in a bar. She wants to spoil
Come
everything.
on, Rupert. Let's go.
Jerry?
Okay, come on.
Come on, Rupert.
Come on. Let's go.
Sorry, Mr. Langford.
Here you are.
Jerry, can
You understand English? Take your things and go.
All right, I can take a hint, Jerry. I just want to ask you to listen to my stuff for 15 minutes. That's all. Is that asking too much?
Yes, it is. I have a life, okay?
Well, I have a life, too.
That's not my responsibility.
Well, it is when you tell me to call you and then you don't...
I told you to call to get rid of you.
To get rid of me?
That's right.
Okay. All right, I can take a hint.
If I didn't tell you that, we'd still be standing on the steps at my apartment.
Yeah, all right, so I made a mistake.
So did Hitler.
All right, oh, this is the way it is when you're famous. Now I see.
Do you understand now?
Yeah, that's how you guys are, huh?
No, not them.
No,
Me, yeah.
That's how you are.
Uh-huh, right.
When you reach the top, huh?
No, I was that way before.
I see. Now I know how people like you
All
are.
right, goodbye and good luck.
Goodbye. And Jerry, I just want to say one more thing, Jerry. I'm glad what you did to me today. You know that? Because now I know I can't rely on anybody. Not you, not anybody. And I shouldn't rely on anybody.
Right.
You know that? And you want to know something else? I'm going to work 50 times harder. And I'm going to be 50 times more famous than you.
Then you're going to have idiots like you playing your life.
That's right.
Right.
Yes. Come on, Rita. We're wasting our time.
Go ahead, Rita.
Goodbye, Jerry.
John will lock that door.
You did good, Mr. Benford. Thank you.
Ha! You did good.
It looks real.
It's the whole point. Is that him?
No.
You sure?
Sure, I'm sure. It looks too much like him.
What do you mean?
Well, when it's him, it doesn't look like him. God, it feels like it's taken him forever. How much longer? It's him.
Yeah, that's him. Don't go too fast.
Okay.
Stay on this side so you're not all over him.
All right, I'm getting over soon.
Okay, get in the next lane, and when we cross, so we get to the light here.
Okay.
Not yet, I see there are too many people.
I know. Keep going.
Walks in the most crowded areas. Think he'd want to stay away?
Well, because he doesn't want to be alone.
Why? Tell me why. I know. You tell me why.
Don't get an attitude with me right now.
No, explain to me, because you know so much about it. Fill me in. Let me learn from you.
All right. Because when he walks on crowded streets, he feels safe. That's why.
Is that what it is? Thanks for telling me. Okay, go past them and stop. Wait, okay, Jerry. Get over. Get in there. I'm not fooling.
What the hell are you talking? What are you doing? Are you crazy?
Get in, Jerry. Get in.
Hi, Jerry.
Take that and hold the gun. She's gonna hold the gun on your head. Now, don't make any false moves. I'd hate to have to do anything drastic. Now, if everything works out, you should be out of here by the very latest 12:30. Oh, maybe 1:15, the very latest. What I want you to do is call your producer.
Call what?
Bert Thomas. I want you to call him. I'm going to give you a phone right now. Get him on the phone, and I'll tell you exactly what to say, okay? Now, if you don't do it, I don't know what to say. There could be a problem. Now, watch your eyes, Jerry. I'm going to take these off now. It's a little bright in here, okay? Are these yours? Jerry, is he yours?
Yeah.
Do you mind if I have one? Master, do you want one?
Save it for me.
You want one?
Yeah, I'd love one, but please save it. It's a little bit inconvenient at the moment. Thank you, Rupert.
Do you want one?
No.
I'll just take one for later then. You know, there's no reason to get mad about it. I'm just trying to ease the tension. Even though this is a kind of strange situation, there are moments of friendship and moments of, well, I don't know, you call it sharing or whatever. Okay, let's go. Jerry, I mean business. Get on the phone. Let's go. The fun is over. Let's go. Come on.
Bert Thomas, please. Jerry Langford.
What happened?
They hung up.
Call them again. Why did they hang up?
Probably thought it was a gag. We get that all the time.
Well, I find that strange, you know. But it's typical. Because that's the way they treat even you. Because I'll let you in on a little secret. That's the way they treated me. And now look where we are.
Bert Thomas.
Audrey, this is Jerry Langford. Get Bert Thomas on the phone, and quickly.
Martino, I know it's you, and I'm much too busy for fun and games today. Goodbye.
Did you hear what I said? This is Jerry Langford. Now get Bert Thomas, and I'm not kidding. It's not a gag. It's serious. Now move it.
For 7 minutes.
What else?
Why don't we have somebody else?
Like what?
Well, somebody
It's
new and
Mr.
different.
Langford. He says it's urgent.
Tell him I'll call him back. I'm busy. It's that Martino kid, the impressionist.
Okay.
Will you do what I tell you? And do it quick.
I'm sorry, Mr. Thomas. He absolutely insists on talking to you. I cannot get rid of him.
Okay, I'll take it. Martino, you know better than to...
Bert, I said this is Jerry. Jerry Langford. And I'm in deep trouble. Now, you best pay attention.
Yeah, I am listening. Would you give me that again? Now, wait a minute. I want to ask you something. Oh, what do we call our second cameraman?
We call our second cameraman Helen Keller.
Ha!
His favorite color is plaid.
Helen Keller, plaid, what is that?
When someone does an impression of me on the phone, the only way they're gonna know it's really me is by that clue.
Oh,
and if I didn't know the name that we called him, then he would know it's not me.
Say no more, I understand.
Now listen, Bert. Listen carefully. I have a gun at my head. If a man who identifies himself as the king cards upside down. Is not allowed to be the first guest on You got a blank card. Hold on, Bert. I'm reading from 2 cards. Tonight's show. You will never see me go back alive again. It's not grammatically correct, but I think you have the idea.
It's clear, but let me break in for a minute. Let me talk to you. Don't you do anything silly.
Okay. I'm okay. I'm okay, Bert. Just get it done. He wants you to call at 5 o'clock. I'll give you the private number, and I'll do whatever you want.
Okay, that was very good, Jerry.
See, turn around here. See how it looks. Oh, I love it. Well, I'm sorry, the sleeves aren't quite right. Do you like it, honey? What do you think? I think it looks pretty good. To guess on it, have it turn out like this, I'm very pleased with it. The color's great, and I like to see him a little more casual for a change. This is a look I like to see on him. Not so uptight, not so...
Okay. I
What
gotta
do you
get
think?
started. It's wonderful. It's very good.
Be honest with me.
I'm being honest. It's
Did
very
you wear
good.
it?
Yeah.
I like it. I'm so glad I went with red. It looks so good on him.
It looks good, Jerry.
Mm.
Come on.
What?
Take it off and let's go.
Oh, okay, fine. You want me to take it off?
Yeah.
Why can't he wear it for a little while? I want
Will you take it off, please?
I know he's in a meeting. I couldn't care less. This is an emergency, and I got to talk to him. You'll
This
interrupt
movie
him,
is
or I'm going to come busting into that
delirium.
meeting. No, forget calling me back. I'm on my way.
Why didn't you just listen to the tape when I asked you to? I mean, it wasn't that hard, was it? A few minutes of your time to listen to something that I worked on my whole life?
If that's what's behind all this, let's go to my office and we'll play the tape right now.
Are you crazy? You know what would happen to me if I went there now? You know, I'm not stupid.
Nobody's calling you stupid. You pulled this off, that makes you very smart.
You know, Jerry, I'm gonna tell you something. Friendship is a two-way street. You know that? And you couldn't have cared less about me.
Am I gonna stand here holding this thing till next Shavuos? You gonna make some decisions here? You
What?
gonna make some moves? You gonna knock off the talking for 2 minutes?
What about
Come
when you
on.
put the sweater on him? Was I bothering you?
Yeah, it took 1 minute.
Huh?
You have a long night
Hold
ahead
it.
of you.
I have something to
perform.
say to
You've
him.
got more than enough to say. You're driving me nuts.
Just a
Can you
minute.
be quiet for 1 goddamn minute and
Just
let me rest
a
with this
minute.
gun?
Just
You're
a-
driving me crazy. You have not shut up since we walked into my house. This is my house. This is my domain.
You
Jerry is my
dominated-
guest, and
you
you're my guest,
dominated the
and you're
whole
lucky to
company.
be here. You get to change in my house. You get to dress. You get to get your head together for the show tonight. Why don't you give me a little break? Why can't you give me a little break? Shut up!
Why don't you shut up? I did give you a break. I listened to you talk about that sweater for 20 minutes. Worrying about the sleeves. How's it look? The color, this and that. Did I say anything?
I didn't make it for you. I made it for Jerry, and it looks fabulous on him.
Whose idea was this anyway? If it wasn't for me, you wouldn't even be here. Why didn't you just listen to the tape when I asked you to? Was that so hard to do?
I'm sure you can understand doing the kind of show I'm doing. It's mind-boggling. There's so much stuff that comes down, you can't keep your head clear. And if that's the case, I'm wrong. You're right, I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, I apologize. I'm just a human being with all of the foibles and all of the traps, the show, the pressure, the groupies, the autograph hounds, the crew, the incompetence. Those behind the scenes you think are your friends and you're not too sure if you're going to be there tomorrow because of their incompetence. They're wonderful pressures that make every day a glowing, radiant day in your life. It's terrific. Okay, if all of that means nothing, if I'm wrong, in spite of all of that, then I apologize. I'm sorry. If you accept my apology, I think we should shake hands and we'll forget the whole thing. I won't press charges. You know, you two can be in deep trouble, but I will not press charges.
That's easy for you to say, Jerry.
But I mean it. I mean, I'll go to the office and tell them all it's a gag. They'll understand that. If I tell them it's a gag, they're going to buy it. And then we'll put the tape on and we'll listen.
Sit down. I said sit down.
You heard what he said.
Yeah, right. All of a sudden, with a gun on him, he wants to make up and be friends. What happens when he walks out the door?
What happens then, Jerry?
I'll tell you what happens. You get to his office and they jump you. That's what happens.
Is that what happens, Jerry?
Not if I tell them not to. No, they won't jump you. No one's going to jump you. If I tell them to do something, they do it. No one's going to jump you. Now, that's the truth. Now, you have to take my word for it. If you think I'm not telling you the truth, then don't respond. If you think I'm telling you the truth, then let me get the hell out of here.
He gives me his word.
And what else?
And what else, Jerry?
There is nothing else. Just my word. Now, isn't my word good enough?
I'm sorry, Jerry.
Suppose we tape him, he doesn't talk, it gets to be 11:30. Do we put him on no matter what?
You can go ahead and tape them. It won't hurt anything because you always can erase it. We may learn something from it, and it will also buy us time. But under no circumstances will we put this man on the air.
Do you believe this? This lunatic is threatening Jerry's life, and you're not going to put him on the air?
Harry, let me
handle
Gentlemen,
this a
let's
second.
not get too
Harry.
excited. I don't think you understand.
We understand.
We'll tape at 7. We won't have to make a decision about putting him on the air till 11:30. This gives us 4 hours to move in. Hopefully, by that time, we'll have you, Mr. Langford, back safely.
hope so.
Harry, that's it. We're suing. We're going to sue.
Wait,
We're going to sue everybody.
Who is this man?
It's Jerry's lawyer, that's who he is.
What do you mean, who am I? I'm the one who's suing. I'm the lawyer. That's who I am.
Jay.
Don't Jay me. Please, do me a favor.
Jay, who are you going to sue?
You.
No,
We're suing
who else
you.
you're suing?
Personally, we're
I want to
suing
hear
you.
who else you're suing. I
The
want to hear the
FBI.
whole... We have a serious situation here, and I want it dealt with rationally. And unless we start talking politely now, there's going to be serious consequences.
There is nothing polite about kidnapping. Let me tell you something. It is one of the most stupid offenses ever created. Where's the defense of kidnapping? How can you say I was crazy? How can you say I didn't know what I was doing? I did it on the spur of the moment.
Who cares?
Only an idiot kidnaps, and only an idiot decides to do what you guys are doing.
Jerry, I'm gonna go now. Pretty soon you'll be able to go about 12:30, as I said. Have a good time. I know you will. Bye.
First of all, we don't know whether we're dealing with kidnappers or terrorists.
Terrorists? Terrorists? What do you
Yes,
mean,
sir.
terrorists?
You might have this man go on the air, deliver a coded message, and very possibly 50 people around the country would lose their lives.
You're out of your mind.
No, I'm not out of my mind.
Oh, come on. Now, that guy is going to be taped, and we're going to listen to what he says. And unless something horrendous is on that tape, we're going to put that tape on the air. Because all we're dealing with here, after all, is 10 minutes of talk show time against a man's life. And I don't see that as any argument.
Hello, how are you today? Well, I'm calling, Mr. King calling collect long distance for Mr. Thomas.
Mr. Thomas, there's a long-distance call.
Let's go. If this is it, remember, keep them talking.
Hi there, who is this?
This is Mr. King.
Uh-huh.
I'm calling for Mr. King.
Well, you're right on time.
Yes, of course. We're always punctual. We're fine, thank you. I want to make it brief, Mr. Thomas, and I want to tell you...
Could I break in and ask you, could I speak to Jerry?
No, Jerry's not with us
the
now.
Joker
We're at a
really
payphone,
took so much
don't
from
try
this
and have
film.
the call traced, which I've noticed you just did, because
That's
I
why
heard
we're
the sounds,
watching
and I do know those sounds.
It's kind of important, you know, so that we know that he's in, what'll I say, your care.
We've taken care of that by bringing along an article of clothing that I know you will recognize, and it'll be satisfactory to everyone.
It is not as easy as you think just to walk in the studio, go right on the show.
No, Bert, if I could call you... well, if I could just say, there's no problem. The material is clean material.
Do you know of something called standards and practices?
Now, all I can say is don't have any press leaks, and which means you must keep the audience there until 11:45 or 12 o'clock after it has been aired nationally. Thank you very much. We'll discuss the other things. That's your problem. Thank you very much. Nice talking to you.
What? Boy, he's shrewd. He just...
Boy, he's shrewd.
I feel completely impulsive tonight. Anything could happen. I have so much to tell you. I don't know where to start. I'm gonna tell you everything. I just want to tell you everything about myself, everything you don't know. Do you like these glasses? Crystal, beautiful. I bought them just for you. I don't know, there's something about them that remind me of just the simplicity of them. But if you don't like them, if there's even an inkling, even a doubt in your mind, you know, sometimes during the day I'll do the simplest things, you know, like I'll be taking a bath and I say to myself, I wonder if Jerry's taking a bath right now. No, I just hope, you know, you're not drowning or something. I always get really worried about you, you know, like something terrible is gonna happen. And I just have like these daydreams, like, you know, that I'm out with you at the golf course, driving your cart, just driving around. Need a putter, Jer? You know? Need an iron? I don't even know how to play golf. I played with my parents once, my dad, but I love you. I've never told my parents that I love them. Of course, they never told me that they love me either, which was fine with me. But I love you. Want some wine? No? Okay. I'm not in the mood to drink either, though. But I'm sure in the mood to be alone with you. I want to just clear off the table. I was thinking I want to go upstairs, but that's so predictable. Let's just take everything off the table and do it right here. I wish that would blow your mind, wouldn't it? It would blow my mind. I've never done anything like that before. I never even had anybody over for dinner, let alone made love on the table. But somehow I just want to do that. I just want to, like, dance. I just want to, like, you know, put on some Shirelles. I want to be black. Wouldn't that be insane? God, you know what? I wish I was Tina Turner. Just dancing through the room.
She plays crazy, so awesome.
Good evening, officer. My name is Clarence McCabe. I'm the writer.
These people with you, sir?
Yes, this is my wife.
Hi. Are these people here?
And these are her parents, the Salters from Cleveland, Ohio.
That's up. I'll check your name, sir.
I'm going to be on third.
I'll check your name, sir. I'm sorry, sir. I don't see your name, sir.
Well, wait a minute. You just went past the ends.
I'll go back again for you, sir. There it is again, sir.
Let me just check. No, this is impossible. Did Miss Long call you at all?
No, sir, she didn't.
She didn't tell you about my book
No,
and
sir.
that I was going to be on at all?
No, sir, not caught in this list, sir.
Because she told me to present myself here at a quarter to
sorry,
6.
sir.
It's now 10 to 6. I've only got 10 minutes. I have to get
strict
into
orders
makeup.
tonight. Only authorized personnel allowed in here, sir.
You
I
have to
can't
book
help
it
you.
all.
That's the rules and regulations.
You never heard of the book?
No, sir.
The Vanishing Siberian
No, sir.
Tiger?
I
They didn't
can't
tell you
help
anything
you,
about
sir.
this. Well, can I call Miss Long?
No, sir, you can't call Miss Long at all, sir.
Can you call Miss Long?
No, can't help you, sir. Your name is not on the list, so I cannot let you in. That's the rules and regulations of the place. Sorry, sir.
I'm going to try to get her.
Stop him, please. Stop him.
Miss Long?
Hey, what's going on?
Hey,
Move on!
come on.
Move in!
Come on,
Parents?
Hold on. We're FBI agents. Unless he's in the investigation. Okay? That's okay. Fine. Don't worry. Nothing's gonna happen. Okay? Let's go outside.
What is this Clarence McCabe?
That's who I am.
Is that your real name?
Well, technically, it's my real name. No, it's a pseudonym, actually.
It's a pseudonym.
An alias.
Why do you use a pseudonym?
I'm an author. That's my business.
Author of what?
I've told you, I wrote a book called The Vanishing Siberian Tiger. I spent 2 years in Russia, 2 years in China researching that
2
thing.
years in Russia, 2 in China.
Right. Does that make me a communist now, too?
At the charge, gentlemen. Very all right.
What's that?
All right, up in control. We have one more light to preset. It'll be number 47.
Hello, I'm the king.
What?
The king.
What can I do for you, Highness?
Really, I'm the king.
Oh, yes, sir. Your dressing room backstage. Your throne is right in there also. You'll recognize the doors.
Very funny, yes.
There's a half moon,
Really?
a couple of stars.
Is there someone in charge?
Mr. Ding. He's a little fellow with an
Okay.
ice cream cone
Okay,
nose,
you'll see.
a couple of bells.
Miss Long. No, it's Mr. Pupkin, Miss Long. Mr. Pupkin, how are you?
What are you doing here, Mr. Pupkin?
I'm the king. I think you're expecting me?
Yeah.
Yes. Mr. Thomas around?
like nobody's loved me, come rain or come shine. Happy together, unhappy together, and won't it be fine? Days may be cloudy or sunny. We're in and we're out of the money. But I'm with you always. I'm with you. Rain or shine.
Mr. King,
Yes.
I'm Inspector Garrity from the FBI. You understand?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
What is your name?
Rupert Pupkin.
What is your real name?
That's my real name, Rupert Pupkin.
Well, Mr. Pupkin, are you going to tell us where Jerry Langford is or not?
Are you from the show?
No, I'm not in the show.
Well, this is my assistant agent, Giardello, and this is Captain Burke of the New York City Police Department.
Well, I'd like to meet someone from the show.
Well, you don't get to see anyone from the show until I get to see Langford.
I'd like to see someone from the show first.
Well, I'm telling you, you won't see someone unless you tell us where Langford is.
Well, then Jerry Langford is dead.
Get Thomas.
I'm Bert Thomas. Are you Mr. King?
Yes. How do you do?
Did we talk on the phone today?
Yes, we did. We spoke a few moments ago, and then Jerry spoke to you earlier.
Where'd you get this?
That's Jerry's, as you can see.
What's that?
Oh, that's my blood, not Jerry's.
I'll buy this. What do we hear?
Now, this is my introduction, and I'd like Mr. Randall, if he could, speak it word for word. I would appreciate that.
This is Randall's introduction to your monologue?
Yes, it is.
Could I have a copy of your monologue?
Well, actually, I have it memorized, so I don't have a copy of it.
There are reasons that I need a copy. We have to make sure you
I
don't
see.
say anything obscene or anything that could cause a problem in the audience or to our...
No, it's all right, really.
It's okay?
Yeah, it's a wholesome monologue.
You
Nothing
guarantee
obscene.
that?
I guarantee it.
Okay.
Bert, make sure you got that audience till at 11:30.
Ben's gonna get everything he needs.
Thank
everything
you.
he asks for.
Thank
I gotta
you.
go
It's
now.
nice meeting you.
Thank you.
Sit down, Pupkin. Mr. Pupkin, I got to tell you this. From this point on, you have the right to remain silent. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
Because anything you say from here on out might be used against you later on in a court of law.
I'm aware of that.
You understand?
Yes.
Say you understand.
I understand that.
Did you participate in the abduction of Jerry Langford?
Yes, I did. I abducted him.
You abducted him?
Yes.
Do you know where Mr. Langford is right now?
Yes, I do.
Will you lead us to Mr. Langford?
No, I won't.
Well, at this time, Mr. Pupkin, I want to advise you to consider yourself under arrest.
Fine. I think I should get made up.
You need some makeup. Put some color in his face.
I like to put some color in your face.
Really, I should get made up.
Sad news before you turn the car. Come on, turn the car. Tony, I have some sad news. Did you want to see me?
Bert, have you seen this stuff?
I've gone over with the writers. I think it's fine.
You think this is fine? My writing staff was executed in Central Park by the network firing squad. That's good.
I think it's good.
You're laughing at that? That's very good.
Do me a favor. Do it, please.
Why do I have to
Exactly-
say this stuff?
Exactly as it's written. If you play for us, it'll be good for you. Trust me.
You're the director. Can you help me?
Yeah, take the tissues out of your collar and let's go. We're gonna have a few more minutes.
That's Scorsese, by the way, in case you didn't
Are you
notice.
listening to me?
That's the
Turn the cards
cameo.
back.
Okay, let's do something crazy tonight. Just get insane. I want to be crazy. I want to be nuts. I want to have some fun. God damn it, my doctor says don't have any fun. You can't have fun. No, you're not allowed to have a good time. You can't get crazy. See, I have to be in control. And I like being in control. But you know, for one night, I'd like to see myself out of my head. Wouldn't you like to see me out of my head? Wouldn't that be great? Wouldn't that be fabulous? Having fun. Fun is my middle name. That's right, having some fun. Never had this much fun before. That's right. Good old-fashioned. all-American fun.
And now, direct from New York, it's the Jerry Langford Show with guest host Tony Randall and his special guests, Shelley Winters, Thor Vidal, Tony Bennett. As always, Lou Brown and the orchestra, and little old me and Hurley he. And now say hello to Tony!
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much. I have some sad news for you. Earlier today, my writing staff was executed in Central Park by the network firing squad. So there will be no sensational Randall monologue this evening. No embarrassing display of emotion, please. Instead, we're going to do something a little bit different this evening. A lot different, if you ask me. We're going to give you a glimpse. Turn it over, please. Thank you. Into the future. It isn't often that you can call someone a sure thing in the entertainment business. After all, the verdict is always in your hands, isn't it? But I think tonight, after you've met my first guest, you'll agree with me that he's destined for greatness in one way or another. So will you please give your warmest greetings to the newest king of comedy, Rupert Pupkin.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Let me introduce myself. My name is Rupert Pupkin.
I can't believe I'm gonna kiss you.
Marcia, take the tape off.
Really?
Come on, take it off.
I'm ready now.
Take him back down.
With pleasure.
Why did you do this? Tell me why you did this, and then maybe I'll be able to believe in you. Why did you do such a thing?
You know what time it is?
Yes. It's 5 minutes to 11.
Well, I think we better go, because otherwise, I must say it, and I don't like to say it like this, but Jerry's going to be unavailable. You'll understand when we go.
I'll understand. Why will I understand? Where are we going?
Well, that's part of the bargain. I want to see it somewhere else.
Part of what bargain?
Well, that's my understanding. Now, I just want to see it in this other place, and once I see it, that's it. I'll give you Langford.
Yeah, but you don't understand my position.
Uh-huh.
I have you right now.
That's true.
As long as I have you, I have a shot at Langford,
Yes,
right?
but you don't have Jerry.
I understand that.
Get off as fast as I can, okay?
That's good, Marcia.
Yeah?
Good.
Nugs,
You
thank you so
alright?
much for the subscription.
Fine.
I know you are.
Oh, one more thing, please. I can't walk in here with you. If you could both, if you could just wait here and just let me walk in by myself, that's all.
I'll break your freaking ankles if you make a wrong
Okay,
move.
no, I promise. I promise, okay? But make believe you don't know me, too.
Go ahead.
Okay, make believe you don't know me.
Go ahead.
Jerry, you seem a little bit...
Yahoo! We got a prime.
Oh, God. What do you want now?
What are you doing there? I'm watching that. The pitch is almost over.
And now,
Just a minute.
Direct
Just a minute.
from New York, it's the Jerry Langford Show with guest host Tony Randall and his special guests, Shelley Winters.
What's going on here?
You know?
Fortunately, yes.
Okay, well, just sit tight, relax, everything will be okay.
My first guest, you'll agree with me that he's destined for greatness in one way or another. So will you please give your warmest greetings to the newest king of comedy, Rupert Pupkin.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Let me introduce myself. My name is Rupert Pupkin. I was born in Clifton, New Jersey, which was not at that time a federal offense. Is there anyone here from Clifton? Oh, good, we can all relax now. Now, I'd like to begin by saying that my parents were too poor to afford me a childhood in Clifton. But the fact is, you know, that no one is allowed to be really too poor in Clifton, because once you fall below a certain level, they exile you to Passaic. But you know, my parents did put the first 2 down payments on my childhood, don't get me wrong. But they did also return me to the hospital as defective. But like everyone else, I grew up in large part thanks to my mother. If she were only here today, I'd say, "Hey, Mom, what are you doing here? You've been dead for 9 years." But seriously, you should have seen my mother. She was wonderful. Blonde, beautiful, intelligent, alcoholic. We used to drink milk together after school. Mine was homogenized. Hers was loaded. Once they picked her up for speeding. They clocked her doing 50. All right, but in our garage? And you know, when they tested her, they found out that her alcohol had 2% blood. But we used to joke together, Mom and me, until the tears would stroll down her face and she would throw up. Yeah, and who would clean it up? Not Dad. He was too busy down at O'Grady's throwing up on his own. Yeah. In fact, until I was 16, I thought throwing up was a sign of maturity. You know, while the other kids were off in the woods sneaking cigarettes, I was hiding behind the house with my fingers down my throat. The only problem was I never got anywhere. Until one day my father caught me. And, you know, just as he was giving me a final kick in the stomach for luck, I managed to heave all over his new shoes. That's it, I thought. I've made it. I'm finally a man. But as it turned out, I was wrong. That was the only attention my father ever gave me. Yeah, he was usually too busy out in the park playing ball with my sister Rose. But today, I must say, thanks to those many hours of practice, my sister Rose has grown into a fine man. Now, me, I wasn't especially interested in athletics. The only exercise I ever got was when the other kids picked on me. Yeah, they used to beat me up once a week, usually Tuesday. And after a while, the school worked it into the curriculum. And if you knocked me out, you got extra credit. Except there was this one kid, poor kid. He was afraid of me, and I used to tell him, hit me, what's the matter with you? Don't you want to graduate? Well, as for me, hey, I was the youngest kid in the history of the school to graduate in traction. But, you know, my only real interest right from the beginning was show business. Even as a young man, I began at the very top, collecting autographs. Now, a lot of you are probably wondering why Jerry isn't with us tonight. Well, I'll tell you. The fact is, he's tied up. And I'm the one who tied him. Well, I know you think I'm joking, but believe me, that's the only way I could break into show business. By hijacking Jerry Langford. Right now, Jerry is strapped to a chair somewhere in the middle of this city. Well, go ahead and laugh. Thank you. I appreciate it. But the fact is, I'm here. Now, tomorrow you'll know that I wasn't kidding and you'll think I was crazy. But look, I figure it this way. Better to be king for a night than schmuck for a lifetime.
What is a schmuck? It's a Yiddish word for a jerk, basically.
How'd you do that?
Did you like it? Thank you. I'd like to buy everyone here a drink, and I hope you all enjoyed the show. And Rita, you keep the change.
Come on, let's go. We got Langford now.
Rita,
come on.
Just because I made it big doesn't mean I'm gonna forget about it.
Come on, will you? Come on.
Remember, I'll
No
call
more
you as soon as I'm...
speeches. Come on.
What's happening here?
Take care of yourself.
That's the same guy who was just now on television. Just now, same guy.
I'm just getting even. But those jokes, it's murder.
You didn't like those jokes?
No. As a matter of fact, I'm looking for the guy that wrote the material. I'd like to pick him up and take him along with you.
Well, yeah, I'm the one who wrote the material.
You wrote that material?
I happen to disagree with you. I thought they were very good jokes.
Yeah. Well, if you wrote that material, I got one piece of advice for you. Throw yourself on your knees in front of the judge and beg for mercy.
That's very funny, but you'll see.
In what has to rank as the most bizarre debut in recent times, a self-styled comedian named Rupert Pupkin appeared on the Jerry Langford Show last night.
Pupkin on the air. There is no doubt that the incident has made the name Rupert Pupkin a household word.
Officials estimate that Rupert Pupkin's performance has been viewed by a record 87 million American households.
Rupert Pupkin, the kidnapping king of comedy, was sentenced today to 6 years imprisonment at the government's minimum security facility in Allenwood, Pennsylvania, for his part in the abduction of talk show host Jerry Langford.
A press conference
In
held on the
explaining
anniversary of his appearance on the Jerry Langford Show, Rupert Pupkin told a gathering of reporters that he still considers Jerry Langford his friend and mentor. He reported that he had been spending his time writing his memoirs, which had been purchased by a leading New York publishing house for in excess of $1 million.
Rupert Pupkin was released today from Allenwood after serving 2 years and 9 months of a 6-year sentence. Hundreds were there to greet the 37-year-old comedian and author, among them his new agent and manager, David Ball, who announced that King for a Night, Pupkin's best-selling autobiography, would be appearing next September as a major motion
Pupkin
picture.
said he had used his stay at Allenwood to sharpen his material. He said that he and his people were weighing a number of attractive offers and that he looked forward to resuming his show business career.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, the man we've all been waiting for. And waiting for. Would you welcome home, please, television's brightest new star, the legendary, inspirational, the one and only king of comedy, ladies and gentlemen, Rupert Pupkin. Rupert Pupkin, ladies and gentlemen. Let's hear it for Rupert Pupkin. Wonderful. Rupert Pupkin, ladies and gentlemen. Rupert Pupkin, ladies and gentlemen. Let's hear it for Rupert Pupkin. Wonderful. Rupert Pupkin, ladies and gentlemen.
How can you stand the silence that pervades when we all cry?
So, ladies
How
and
can
gentlemen,
you watch the violence that erupts before your eyes?
you just watched a Scorsese film that, ironically, even though it's Scorsese, not many people have seen this movie. Whenever I talk about Scorsese, it's always interesting. This is one of those films that just seems to like really slide under the radar. And it's a fantastic film. So obviously the reason I am showing this movie is because a lot of people don't understand the modern film The Joker. I was having a long conversation about The Joker, and someone mentioned, are you going to talk about how it's based on this? And they mentioned some other project. They might have mentioned like Taxi Driver, or I forget what they mentioned. But my retort was, it's not based on that. It's based on King of Comedy. And everybody kind of went, what's King of Comedy? What's King of Comedy? And so, The Man Who Laughs. Well, that's what Joker's like character appearance is based on. But so I started to talk about King of Comedy, and King of Comedy as to Joker is almost like a weird reimagining where Robert De Niro essentially reprises his role in the Joker, right? Like, this could be a Rupert Pupnik, or this could be a Jerry, right? Either he is reprising the role of literally Pupnik, or he is reprising the role of the man he usurped, Jerry. Or this story kind of closes a cycle of violence. Even Will got the name wrong. So it's this really interesting kind of imagining of this cycle of violence that like continues on. But ultimately, King of Comedy has this messaging that I think is so ahead of its time. Like, if you really think about King of Comedy and what it's talking about a kind of like fame-obsessed mania stemming from trauma, right? I think the best scene in that entire movie is the monologue at the end, where you realize that he's not bad. His comedy isn't bad. And so much of his humor is coming from real life trauma, right? And Scorsese tips his hand a little bit in that he talks about real things that he has, Jerry bound in a living room, and this is the only way he could break in. And I think that makes all the other things in his monologue, all of a sudden you go, oh, wait a minute. Those were all probably true as well. His mother that you always hear yelling at him from another room is probably an alcoholic. His father probably beat the shit out of him and left. He was probably ridiculed and tortured in school. And so I think there is so much going on there that like all of a sudden has a trans brother. I don't think that is actually his message there. I think that was, but it could be that he has a trans brother as well. Rose could be a trans brother. I don't know. But needless to say, he is a person that all of a sudden kind of fills in this moment where before this, he's kind of this like abstraction to you, the audience. You think he's just kind of like an asshole or delusional or entitled. And at no point until that monologue do we see him as a victim, which really changes like the last 10 minutes of the film. Up until that point, he seems so entitled, so oblivious, so kind of rude to the outside world. And then all of a sudden you realize this person has no real grasp on reality because he's had it taken from him. And I think that's very sad. He's a very tragic character. I love the end of King of Comedy. It's an ending I don't really like to talk about often because I think it ruins it. But I don't even know if you guys thought about this, but you don't know if what you see at the ending is actually happening or if this is his final delusion, which I love, right? This film is so unapologetic about just randomly threading in these delusions that are kind of like almost apropos of not like just bam in the moment. Here's the delusion. And they give you little breadcrumbs that these moments aren't actually happening. Like the moment where he's like, I can't give you 6 weeks, Jerry. I can't give you 6. I'll cry and I'll scream. And then it cuts to the room and him screaming something very similar to himself. And so that last sequence, you really don't know if the King of Comedy was able to leverage this insane kidnapping into a career, or if this is the final delusion of a sick man as he heads to prison, right? Which I love. I love. Typically, ambiguous endings leave the audience wanting more and sometimes can feel so unsubstantial and unsatisfactory. But King of Comedy is one of those rare ambiguous endings where you're like, cinema. Because it could be either one and you're there for either. You're there for either. If it is in fact the truth, I think it's great because it predicted a trend of celebrity that like is fascinating, right? The Cash Me Outside, the Little Pumps of the world, celebrities that exist because they are so noxious that we can't help but look away, right? There are so many celebrities within our current canon that have gotten there in such untraditional means. For example, the Huck to a girl doing a street interview about how she spits on dicks now is getting like $1 million podcast the next day. It is really an unusual time for celebrity. And I think this film is one of the first pieces of media that addressed people that are famous for no other reason that they're a train wreck, right? The King of Comedy is a train wreck, but we really can't look away. His audience was absolutely, fascinated by how unusual what was happening is. And I think there's a very unusual condition to fame that this film is talking about as well. As someone who has accrued what I will call a little microcosm of fame myself, I'm always flabbergasted when I can tell that people are treating me differently because I'm a Twitch streamer. That's fascinating to me. And if any of you have had the opportunity to meet me in real life, which I'm sure at least a few dozen of you have in this chat right now, I cannot act any different, right? Some people, that is one thing that I am not equipped for, and that is kind of the I guess the way that you're supposed to carry yourself in those situations. That is not something that comes naturally to me. There are other people that are great at that, but I just am just a person who likes to be funny, and I can't understand why anyone
So,
would
well, if we kidnap you,
be
we hijack your
excited
stream,
to
can
meet
we
me
become a
besides
popular
like,
streamer, love the
hey,
streams
you
and
know,
show hole?
you're pretty funny. So I'm always flattered by that. Thank you so much. But I think this film kind of talks to the condition of like fame and how really strange it actually is. But I think it is a really profound kind of meditation on that. The other thing that Twitch chatters I kind of saved for last, the parasocial element. I think there is a really, really keen look at how people find themselves in parasocial situations and ultimately how deeply unhealthy they can be. Because, you know, I'm not accusing anyone here of this, but certainly our platform is wrought with people that think that because they spend time with someone on camera, they know the reality of that person, even though this is a facade. You have to look no further than LSF to realize that there are multitudes of people on the internet, on our platform, that will look at the most surface level conditions of people and assume that they know them, their inner workings, their social goings on, the weight of anything and everything that they do. And I'll be honest, it's not just chatters that do that. I'm always flabbergasted how willing streamers are to jump in the drama of other streamers and celebrities and stuff that they really have no insight on at all, other than the fact that they're on the same platform. It's really strange. Leveraging and taking the kind of like intimacy of relationship and applying it to celebrity. I've never understood it, which is why I've never, ever done any kind of drama streaming on this channel and never will. I find it repugnant. But some people think that is content, and that is perplexing to me and always will be. I don't get it. And I think this film is really great at looking at how this happens. I think people are lonely, particularly people on this platform. I think people are very lonely. And I think just like any hierarchy of needs example, when you lack something, you crave it and you seek it. If you lack shelter, you will seek shelter. If you lack food, you will seek food. If you lack interpersonal relationship, you will seek it, even if it's someone else's and even if it's only through a screen. But I think that's for a cooler.
It's not parasocial. We just want to see whole.
The King of Comedy does something really interesting with this. While King of Comedy is a film that has moments of tension and kind of an awareness of the severity of certain situations, it's also so humorous, which I think is really important when you're looking at a parasocial relationship sometimes, to look at it and be like, this is so absurd, right? To show up to someone's house and be like, Jerry, you know me. Are we having dinner? Where are the other guests? Like the absurdity and how pathetic that is. There's like a level of humor there that you see in like a Curb Your Enthusiasm, where it's like a squirming gut, uncomfortable, like, oh, stop. And I think, you know, in a modern setting, just like the Joker, you take a lot of the humor out of King of Comedy or a movie like this, and I think it's so important for this film. King of Comedy, I think, is a superior film to the Joker. I think the Joker, the reason that people like it better and ultimately it's more consumed is because there's the fucking Joker in it and people love that character. But ultimately, I think if you were to weigh and measure the merit of King of Comedy versus the Joker, the Joker doesn't seem to accomplish what King of Comedy is able to accomplish in its meditation of fame, in its meditation of being of parasocial relationships, in its meditation of abuse being an inspiration, pain being an inspiration for art. There's a lot going on in this movie, and it's definitely worth a rewatch. Again, ultimately, King of Comedy is a really interesting film because you can literally talk to Scorsese fanboys, like people who are like, Wolf of Wall Street and Taxi Driver are my favorite fucking movies. And you'll be like, well, have you ever seen King of Comedy? And I guarantee you 90% of them will be like, what the fuck is that? For whatever reason, this movie goes so unrecognized, so untalked about, so unwatched. And it's fantastic. It's a fantastic movie. It's one that you can sit down and show your film fan friend and kind of blow their mind a little bit and just be like, oh shit, I didn't even know this existed. New to Twitch, found you on NMP on YouTube. Fuck Harry Potter gang, lol. Damn, so based. First time I heard about it, gonna check it out. Did you just miss film night? We literally just watched the entirety of the film. I always feel so bad for people who wander in right at the end of film night and be like, when does the movie start? God, I gotta watch this fucking thing. And it's like, shit. For any of you who missed the film and are showing up late, every Wednesday we do a film night. It usually starts an hour after I go live. I go live at 7 p.m. Pacific time, which is 10 o'clock East Coast time. So it's a late night thing, but that's all that I do. So please come through any Wednesday and watch a film with us. We don't keep the VODs up, but they are a film class. So ladies and gentlemen, I like to teach film class in a very specific way. I've given you my monologue that I've kind of prepared in advance of our film class, and now I let you ask questions. So if you have questions about this film, if you have questions about Scorsese, if you have questions about maybe a relative piece of media, ask away. However, with peace and love, do not do this. Film name ? There it is. It's already, I don't know why this is. People always fall into this game where it's just like, has streamer seen X movie? I'm going to make a sign, and the sign is going to say, I have seen 90% of the films you have seen. I have seen 90% of anything that you are going to quiz me about, and I enjoyed it, and there's merit to it, right? So I'm just going to tap that sign, and we can get past that, and you don't have to do Lighthouse ? I've seen The Lighthouse. It's good. Love Robert Eggers. Now, here are some questions about what we just discussed and the film we just watched. Are you going to get arrested after your monologue? Let's hope not. Have you ever been in a similar situation in life where you were desperate for a job / role? I've been there, and this movie cut very deep. Yeah, that is another really interesting quality to this film, is kind of like the fake it till you make it aspect of entertainment. A lot of my haters on the internet like to mention that I was like a failed screenwriter and entertainer before I became a Twitch streamer. And I think they think that bothers me, but I don't think they realize that's like 99.9% of anybody who ever attempts this industry. The entertainment industry is brutal. And ultimately, I had some pretty good success as a screenwriter. But entertainment is like one of those professions where you need to be incredibly diligent. You need to be incredibly persistent. You need to be incredibly talented. And last but not least, you have to be incredibly lucky. There are so many wildly talented people that I have known in Hollywood that have just gotten damn unlucky. And there are some who just seem like touched by God. Like they just seem to always land on their feet, succeed, like always get uplifted. Just everything seems to shake out for them. One example of a person like that I knew like this, that is actually, she's an awesome person, but Quinta Brunson, I worked at BuzzFeed with her, and it just always, like, Quinta, no one had any doubt that she was going to be successful. And it just always seemed like everything shook out for her, and there was just like a ubiquitous approval of like what she was doing. And then another person I will list who is equally talented is my buddy Henry Lovner. Henry Lover worked at BuzzFeed with me, and Henry has made so many incredible projects, but just can't seem to break through that final phase of being like a household name or a ubiquitous success. But really, like, equally talented guy. And that's just kind of, I mentioned both of these people as an example of like two houses alike in honor, but like one is one of the most recognizable names in Hollywood, and the other, you know, is still doing independent films, which are damn good, let me tell you. But it's fascinating how that works. By the way, we're going to have Henry Lovner on the stream to show some clips from peak season coming up, and to do an interview with us. And hopefully you guys can help make him a household name. I would consider that a personal favor. So, yeah, any other questions? What are your thoughts about why everyone was so overly polite to Pupkin, beating around the bush instead of being direct? Never understood that. I think there's a very endearing quality about him. And also you have to notice, like, it's not like Pupkin is being rude to them at first. In fact, he's quite the opposite. He's like overly polite. He's in a 3-piece suit, and he seems like more like pathetic than dangerous for the majority of the film. I think he's very disarming for a lot of people. That's what I think is going on. What do you feel is significant of all the different shots of De Niro in mirrors? I think that has to do with De Niro's delusions. I think that has to do with the De Niro that exists versus the De Niro that we see, or that he sees in himself. I think his own reflection is very deceiving for him, because ultimately we see a crazy person, but Pupkin sees the king of comedy. He sees the next big thing that just needs one opportunity. From my experience, a lot of people usually don't shit on others because you never know who makes it. That one person you shunned or talked to could be the one that has their name everywhere while you're stuck on the grind. True, I suppose. Yo. Sorry, guys, it is very hot. I'm going to get shirtless. Please ignore my tits. Do you think that the Joker Foi à Deux takes inspiration in a similar way from older films? If it does, do you think it would benefit from a musical or a drama? I think the second Joker also draws from King of Comedy, because I think the Harley Quinn character, as you saw, is already kind of baked in. But I think that both films take inspiration from a lot of other films. I have to say, Robert De Niro is one of the finest actors of all time. But Sandra Bernhard, the woman who plays the kind of crazy co-pilot who is also obsessed with Jerry, does such a phenomenal job as a crazy woman. I cannot tell you. That scene, I go back and watch that scene every once in a while where she's like, I feel really crazy right now. I could do anything. What if you just took me on this dinner table? Wouldn't that be crazy? Like, she's just so... You're just like, oh, shit, man. This broad is nuts. She does such a good job of being a mad person. Do you think Rupert Pupkin would be a gooner? A good question, I suppose. You know, it's interesting. I think, you know, a lot of people were upset at the Joker for dealing with like an incel, right? Having this almost sympathetic view of an incel. And I think timing is everything. I think we were in a world where incels were such a rampant problem and still are, that our focus kind of went there. And I don't think that was really the intention of the film, to create like, oh, here's why you should feel bad for incel shooters or incel terrorists. I think, again, it was kind of like a modern adaptation of The King of Comedy, as through the focus of the Joker, you know, as reimagined in the DC universe. So would Rupert be a gooner? Perhaps if you made The King of Comedy in the year 2024, at least he would be labeled a gooner. The gooners would relate to him. I led game publishing at Off-Brand and enjoyed watching this because the number of times I've had to break young artists' heart is way too high. I always try to explain how to keep going, but how do you think successful people should handle other folks coming to you for their break? That's a really interesting question. That's a really interesting question. And ultimately, I think the young woman who plays Kathy, I believe it's Kathy Long is her character in the movie, Shelley Hack, the way that she deals with De Niro in the reception area is like probably the best thing you can do. When you see a talent and you don't think that they are there, it is your job to be honest with them. Hey, I don't think you're there. Create a level of optimism. You're not there, but it doesn't mean that it's hopeless. Here's X, Y, and Z. This is what you can do. Go do these things, and I guarantee it'll improve your odds next time. I think those things are important, but there are people like the King of Comedy who won't take advice as an answer. They will only accept, a perfect answer out of you. And to those people, there's not much you can do, and good luck to them, right? Like, ultimately, they might have the kind of genius or madness that it takes to be successful, but it can't be through you, and you can't help them. So, was Scorsese involved in any way in making the Joker? Yes, he was. I believe he was a producer. King of Comedy is Louis C.K. That's a interesting take. I think Louis was very funny. Hard to say that now. I've heard it both ways, but do you think the parts of this movie Joker interpolates and directly draws from are done tastefully? Yes. Ultimately, I think Joker is a good film. I don't know if it's like the best film ever made, but as far as cape shit goes, I think Joker is well done. And ultimately, like, you're talking to someone who, like, I'm really pretty fast and loose with art. I think all art is art, essentially, for the most part. I'll even watch a movie like Terrifier and be like, all right, I get it. It's smut, but like, I get, you know what I mean? I think that Joker upset people and got so much criticism because the people that we revile in our society adapted it so graciously. Like, there was a subsect of our society that we view as a real problem, particularly at that time, and they viewed Joker kind of as like a messiah character, and have for a long time. Like, if you really think about the Joker, like, creeps have not just started relating to the Joker, right? When The Dark Knight came out, a guy essentially modeled himself after the Joker and did a shooting in a movie theater in Colorado, right? Like, it's not like this strange quality sprung up with Joaquin Phoenix's Joker. This has always been a person that some of the most deranged in our society relate to. And because so many incels and deplorables, for lack of a better word, related to Joker, people, I think, had this kind of visceral reaction where, like, this movie is bad. This is a bad movie because bad people like it, which is, that is something that happens. There are a lot of good films that are liked by bad people. I think a really good example is American Psycho, right? There are millions of people that like American Psycho for the wrong reasons, right? They look at that character, and instead of being like, oh, that gives me a shudder, he's not real, they're like, how can I be more like him? I also want to have six-pack abs and be horrible to women and rich. What the heck? So, like, this is what I will tell you. If a piece of art is a good piece of art, enjoy it based on your perception of it. Don't let someone else's approval or disapproval move your barometer, which is something that's very difficult because, as I said, a lot of shitty people like a lot of good stuff. But yeah, I don't think that Joker is like more fucking noxious than any other projects, and I don't think it's like this love letter to incels. If anything, I'll say this. If psychotic, scary, dangerous people and normal people both relate to the Joker, it shows you that there is something in the character of the Joker that is so real, right? There is some level of absurdity, humor, laughter, resentment in each of us to the human condition. There are days where I hate human beings, where truly in the pit of my soul, all I feel is disgust for people. And other days, I want to build a children's hospital, right? And I think that is why the Joker is so effective, because it's not just the incels that relate to him. It's all of us. All of us look at that person that on the wrong day just wishes they could strip away every bit of comfort that every horrible person enjoys and return us all to monkey so that everybody is just, Fight Club, back to square one. We live in a society, and that society is broken, but still we must live there. So we're kind of getting very much into the Joker and kind of away from King of Comedy, but I do think that is why the Joker and Batman work as ultimately the best superhero and supervillain of all time, because they say it themselves. They're the same person, right? The Joker and Batman are the same person on a different day. They're a person of extraordinary means. On one day, they have an endless belief in the goodness of man and will fight tooth and nail to preserve that goodness. And on the wrong day, they are a person of exceptional means and intelligence and charisma who think that human beings are deplorable and ugly and gross and will do anything to expose just how base and awful and beyond saving humanity is. Same person. Did Scorsese want to show that the bartender was still a low-level person of society when she seals the trinket at Jerry's house? Yeah, I do think that that little moment that they work in is to show you that, like, part of the reason that maybe she is tolerating the King of Comedy as a date is because she's desperate. And ultimately, you know, you want to talk about power dynamics, there is definitely a power dynamic that still exists in entertainment where sometimes women and men, young men, end up with terrible people because they think that they might be some kind of way out, as the King of Comedy says directly. De Niro says it directly. Hey, why didn't anyone tell me the funny detective guy was deep and intelligent? Let's go, baby. I'm lit with peace and love. 90% of the time, I'm a fucking lunatic or an idiot. I went to school for film. I love film. It is my passion. I've been teaching this film course right here in my Twitch chat for the last 5 years. Started out with 14 people. We had 6,000 tonight. So you don't have to endure me trying to sound intelligent any day but Wednesday and any time after a movie. So you can easily ignore this vamping that I do. The magician was such a character last night. He was awesome. He was definitely a character. Do you think there was anything to the fact that Jerry had a "I can't believe this is happening" look again on his face throughout multiple parts of the movie? It struck me as odd in a movie since he doesn't act like the typical character would when he's captive. Yeah, I think that's very Scorsese-esque, where like I think there is the day one writer who is like, oh, there's someone in your house. This is how you react. But Scorsese's such a master. Like the way that he comes in with that just cool, cold, intense stare. And he's like, it's really well done. I like it. It's kind of like an off-speed pitch. I also think a big part of the film is that fame isn't a meritocracy. Sorry, I stutter sometimes. For so many, it's a lack of sheer force or will, usually bad, that makes them famous. There you go. In his monologue at the end, he says his mom has been dead 9 years, but we hear his mom yelling at him at the home. Makes me wonder if his monologue is made up. I think that's just a one-liner. I do think that there is some trauma going on in his life. But I think that was just kind of you have to go through and, you know, I don't think everything he says is verbatim. Like when he said that his sister grew up to be a fine man, I think that's just a one-liner as they kind of plant when they're like, your one-liners need to be better. I think that's just kind of like a throwback to one-liner comedy, like Lenny Bruce era, you know, take my wife, for example. No, please take her. Like that kind of stuff. But I do think there is a thread of truth in the trauma of his final monologue. I found it interesting Scorsese chose not to include his monologue until the end, so he couldn't have judged on his comedy skills on the validity of his character. I think that is supposed to be a shock. I think that's supposed to be a shock to the audience. I think the rest of the movie, you're supposed to assume that this guy is absolutely gonna just shit his pants. Like act like he has no talent. There's nothing going on there. And that's why the last 2 unbroken minutes of the film are kind of like such a pleasant surprise almost, where you're like, wait a minute, this guy is actually good. Whoa. Could the mom in the apartment be a delusion? You never see her. Hey, that's a good take. I like that. I'd buy that. I'd buy that for $1. What if the monologue was a delusion too? I am not sure it's a delusion because of the way that the other people in the bar react. The guy at the end of the bar is like, hey, that was the guy that was just on TV. And the other guy is like, how did you just do that? So I think there is enough contextual evidence there to insinuate that the monologue actually did well. Why did the cops say it was bad, though? I mean, this guy has been absolutely fucking busting their balls all day. You think a cop is going to be like, hey, by the way, pretty good. Hey, by the way, you know, you're a kidnapping suspect, but the comedy wasn't bad. Yes, also Jerry runs by a TV of the monologue playing. There you go. There's one more example of why it's probably real. This was a new one for me. I had never seen Robert De Niro express such a range before, and I was flabbergasted. Are there any other actors you know of that are traditionally known for playing two-dimensional characters that have roles where they get to reach new heights or visit dark depths outside of the roles that they're known for? Yeah, I mean, right off the bat, two guys I would mention are Robin Williams. Robin Williams had some really dark and interesting films peppered in there with the comedies. I believe it's called Primer and What Dreams May Come, and there's a few other ones. And the other guy I'll mention is Jim Carrey. Jim Carrey went from literally being the king of comedy to making like 3 of the most profound films
1 hour photo
ever. Yeah, 1 hour photo. That's it. Truman Show, Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. These movies are just like, and Man on the Moon. All 3 of those movies are like really, really difficult acting. Really, really difficult acting. Where it's like, holy shit, this guy can actually fucking act. What the fuck? Another guy I would put in that category more recently is Batista. Every time Batista has gotten to do like a meatier role, he fucking nails it. Which is crazy that a guy who used to be 370 pounds of muscle can actually act. Like, that is shocking to me. Trying to think who else can like really bring that shit. That like you wouldn't immediately think of.
Oh yeah, wow, that's very cool.
Those are some good examples.
Dig in the Zappa stash.
Thank you. Do you feel the ending suffers without the ending being a bit too flowery, even if it could be delusional? I feel it's a better film if it ends with the monologue and the crowd clapping. I love the ambiguity of the ending, right? Like, you might assume that the film actually does end with the monologue and the crowd clapping, right? Because what comes next might be just what's in his head as he's in a cop car. So like, I think you can assume that is for sure the last real thing that happens in the movie. But I love the ambiguity of the ending, and I'll tell you why. I love it because typically I hate ambiguous endings. Typically ambiguous endings are like, for me, are kind of like, finish your fucking story, asshole. But because this ambiguous ending is so earned, right? It's like Inception. The end of Inception is so earned. Even though it's ambiguous, you're like, yes, we've been going, I love this. So like, when the whole movie is leading to this ambiguous ending and then it delivers, you're kind of like, that's a tasty meatball. The way I would describe it is like, I don't eat gas station sushi, right? Because gas station sushi makes me sick. But when sushi is done well, it's done exceptionally well. But it's rare, more often than not, to get really good sushi. That is kind of the ambiguous ending, where I think a lot of times I watch movies, it's gas station sushi, and I'm just... but this is that fucking Michelin shit. That Otoro shit. Unless you're in Japan. Sir, I'm in Austin, Texas right now. But the ending is only ambiguous if you understand the film. A lot of folks walk away thinking it's literal. I'll tell you what. There used to be a lot more discerning film goers. I will say when this film came out, I would argue that a lot more people than watch it now would walk away and be like, that was probably a delusion. And ultimately, like, that's not film goers' fault. That's film's fault. Like, if you have, like, I get really exhausted with film recently, specifically like a lot of box office hits and stuff, because the plot is like, oh, and it's his sister. Yeah, there you go. And here's her monologue about having a drinking problem, in case you missed it. Okay. And now I'm going to put a bottle of vodka in the foreground when she's having an argument. There you go. You know what I mean? Like, there are, like, Mandy only lets you know Nicolas Cage is an alcoholic by the fact that the bottle of alcohol that shows up in the movie is hidden in his bathroom, right? Movies don't do that anymore. We're just so used to a director putting everything in writing and just beating the plot into our head with a fucking tack hammer because they assume that we're doing this. Wait. When did his sister get there? She's an alcoholic? She's an alcoholic, right? I see an alcohol bottle. She is? Okay, hold on. Oh, fuck, I missed that. Can you wind it back? That is how so many people watch movies now. And so this is why, if you watch, dude, as a little experiment, I want to point this out to you. Go watch a movie from the 1970s and think about how much of the plot is explicitly said out loud versus how much you have to just kind of watch. Now watch a movie from 2024 and just listen to how much of the plot is explicitly said out loud. It is crazy. Like, there are some movies, like The Beekeeper, where, like, one thing will happen and they'll be like, Jason Statham is a beekeeper. It's a secret government organization, and now he's pissed off. And now he's going to get revenge on who? The bad guy. That's who. Take a look. He's a hacker, and he's in this part of the country. But how's he going to do it? He's got government training from who? I'll tell you who. And you're like, what the? Let me just fuck it. What the fuck is this movie in Braille? What the fuck is happening? I hate that shit. When I'm talking to someone and they're checking their phone or texting someone, I'll stop talking and they'll go, no, go ahead. And I'm like, no, I'll wait. Yeah. Bro, The Beekeeper was the worst about that. Yeah, it was very exposition heavy. It needed to be. I looked up the ending on Quora. It's real because Scorsese has endings where the bad guy gets away with it, but not quite what they wanted. Pumpkin name spelled wrong. I love that. Pumpkin gets an audience not for the respect of his comedy, but because of the kidnapping. I mean, I do think that is a take on the ending. But I do think that it's meant to be a little ambiguous and open to interpretation. That's just me. I'm no Quora. But yeah. I think my only argument is that the ending with the monologue forces people to cope with an ambiguous ending. Otherwise, we have Inception top discourse. Oh, yeah. I think you meant Inception type discourse. Yeah. I agree. Hey, no movie is perfect. I just think this is a very good movie. Inception top discourse, like the spinning top. Got it. That's film class, guys. I feel like Always Sunny is influenced heavy by the king of comedy, especially Rupert and Masha's absurdity and the confidence in themselves. Yeah, for sure. Do you think that movies have gotten worse, or are we all just watching more movies because they are more available and not just the good ones? Thank you, Weth. Have movies gotten worse? No, I think it's hard to say that movies have just net got worse, because I see movies all the time that are fantastic. I think what has changed is taste. I think ultimately a lot of the films that succeed now would have been bruxome to audiences years ago in how, like, totally simplistic and uninteresting they are. I don't know what happened, but like at some point America started preferring fast food to Michelin restaurants. And I think that lack of taste has spread into all facets of life. They don't want to wear clothing that is unique. They want to wear clothing that is coveted and ubiquitous. They don't want to eat food that is well prepared. They want to eat food that is easy on their palate and familiar. They don't want to watch movies or art that is challenging. They want to watch films that are essentially fan service and pay off what they want, like exactly what they want without any kind of challenge. We are a culture of slop. And I think studios have just taken advantage of that. And unfortunately, a lot of it is superhero movies. I mean, I love superheroes. I just don't know if all the movies are that great. Do you think Pupkin ever really cared about comedy so much as being famous? He seemed more like someone who craved the spotlight and recognition rather than any true purpose. He is explicitly stated to have never done an open mic, never been to a comedy club, never recorded a tape before being explicitly told to do so by the assistant. I would say that his ultimate goal is to blow up and act like I don't know nobody. I think fame is his motivator and comedy is his vehicle. I disagree. I believe the industry is pushing a culture of slop. I think that's kind of like Ouroboros, to be honest. That's a snake eating its own tail. Which came first, people craving slop or capitalism making slop? I think it takes two to crave slop. I think it takes two for the slop consumption process.
Oh, yeah, wow, that's very cool.
You always draw me back in.
Thank you so much. Ultimately, I've told you guys this, and it's something that's very scary to say to a Twitch audience, but I'll say it time and time again. If you feel stuck, if you feel like you're in the doldrums, if you feel like you are locked in a place of which there is no hope, it's probably because you're seeking comfort. Comfort is the enemy of progress. It's really crazy. Like anytime you move too far into comfort, you get trapped because comfort becomes that trap. It's amazing what we will tolerate as people, as individuals, as a culture, as long as you leave us our television and our delivery food and our couch, right? As long as those things aren't taken away from us, we'll kind of endure any number of indecencies or genocides or inhumanities, right? It's like the network. You've got to get mad. But seriously, in your personal lives, I mean that sincerely. I think there is a real trap to comfort, and comfort equals slop, right? Slop is very comfortable. Gruel is very comfortable.
Oh, yeah, wow.
Things that
cool.
are easily palated can make you just feel good, and ultimately change and something new and getting off the couch is terrifying, even to someone like me. Like I'll tell you guys sincerely, Sierra is one of the greatest performers I've ever had the pleasure of knowing. And even he, going into his event, was very nervous, to the point where he kind of had to lean on me. And I've had experiences like this too. I'm sure when I'm on my way to Name Your Price, I'm going to be scared out of my fucking mind, right? I'm going to have the terror. And so I think a lot of people who get caught in the trap of comfort don't realize that everyone feels the same fear. Everyone would rather be on a couch, comfortable with Whataburger, just kind of snuggled up. And ultimately, you have to balance those things. It's okay to find comfort, but you also must seek discomfort, because that is where growth and change happens. Every off-brand event is 72 hours of horror before we go live. There you go. Thank you so much for hanging out. Yeah, where's my off-brand contract? Do you think I have what it takes? Listen, off-brand, I really think what you need to do is sign me. I need to see Jerry right away. I need to talk to Ludwig right away. He's expecting me. Is Ludwig in? Please put Ludwig on the phone. I'd like to speak to Ludwig. He's expecting me. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I don't want to vamp too long, because my wonderful girlfriend is back from Armenia, and she's working very hard, and I would like to send her a raid, a very positive raid. But I would like to thank you, as always. Serious question, but what do you think about Interstellar, The Godfather, Joker, Fight Club, or any other? Okay, son of a bitch. I saw it was Nandra, and I was like, this motherfucker. So anyway, guys, I've been doing this film class for 5 years now. It's very important to me. I love it. Thank you for always coming out. Thank you for bringing such great questions. Thank you for allowing me to show you films and having faith in my taste. I appreciate you so much. Come back next Wednesday for another film night. Tomorrow, I will be playing Golf with Friends with Caroline, and I will also be doing all the news that's fit to print, brought to you by Huss on Twitch. So thank you again, everybody. I appreciate you. I'm going to send you off to Caroline Kwan, tell her to have a wonderful night and that I miss her. I'm going to be headed to Vegas soon. For my birthday, I'm doing some work in Vegas. I will be there the 14th at night, the 15th, and then the 16th. But I fly back to Austin the 16th. I'll be here for the 17th and the 18th, the end of Camp Canute. I pick up Farley, go back to LA. Then I drive down to San Diego. I'll be there for all 3 days of TwitchCon, where I'll be doing Name Your Price, Debate Lords, and a meet and greet. Yeah, that's a lot of stuff. But I will be doing a birthday stream as well. I'll probably do it on the 13th. I hope you come by and give me lots of money. Anyway, thanks, guys. I hope you have a wonderful evening. Stay dangerous, everybody, and good night.
Baby,
Farley, you want to go for a walk? We're going to go for a walk. Good night.
To myself.